Wowie zowie. Howdy. Everybody here? Everybody can hear me? Yes. Good. Excellent. Get rid of that. We don't need that anymore. Hello, everybody. How's it going? It's almost Thanksgiving. And so I'm assuming that a lot of y'all who get time off are already in your time off. Like a lot of folks, I mean, especially if y'all are students, I know like students tend to have most of this week. What's up, Nahan13? Welcome to the website. I always appreciate y'all hanging out on the website. If you're over on the YouTube chat, there is a link in the description to come over to the website. We got custom emojis and stuff, all kinds of neat things. What's up, celebrity guest? My dog is dancing to the music. My iDog? What is an iDog? Is an iDog distinct from a regular dog? What's up, mama? Uncomfy, hello. There's Kitty. Gonna be largely lurking today. No worries. I understand having a lot of work to do. I mean, earlier today, I made the sweet potato pie for tomorrow. I have now boiled the eggs for the deviled eggs for tomorrow. And I made chili for dinner tonight, but it's in the slow cooker. So it's going to take a few hours to like ripen fully. And what else? I think after stream tonight, I'm also going to like prep the green bean casserole so that tomorrow when I'm ready, I can just like pop it in there, cook it. Or maybe I'll actually cook it tonight and just reheat it tomorrow. Okay, I'm still working on the details, but that's kind of my broad, like how my day's been going. It's been pretty busy. He's built a little robot dog that dances to music. Oh, okay, you plug an aux cord. iDog are little dog-shaped speakers. Okay, cute. What's up, Ursa? Hello. Yes. Yas, queen. So, yeah, what's everybody snacking on? Right before stream, I shoved my face full of... What did I have? I had a muffin. What is it called? English muffin? One of those. And various other things over the past couple hours, just been like snarfing down food so that I don't get hungry while I can smell the chili during stream. It's chili tonight. It's Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow. But, you know, wanted to make sure I was prepared. It's a interesting thing because most of the dinners that I make are ones that have to be made like then, you know, it's like, oh, I'm gonna make some chicken breast. And I need to get better with having more recipes that are like, ah, yes, I can cook this at noon and then just don't have to think about it anymore. I'm making chicken Alfredo using bouillon as seasoning. Fun! I recently got some Alfredo sauce too, and then I realized that I don't have any of the pasta that I would use for that. I am not the kind of person who's going to put spaghetti pasta in an Alfredo sauce. Like, I don't think that's correct. Yes, thank you all for the dicks. Much obliged. OMG, I want cookies now? What reminded you of cookies? Although I was eating cookies earlier. That's another thing that I've eaten today. So today I don't really have any specific news teed up. It seems like the news is relatively slow, or like every single thing is about Israel right now, and like I just need to take a break from that. I have seen too many things that I cannot unsee, and I just need a break. I use egg noodles or penne. Yeah, I usually use penne. Although I do have egg noodles. I guess I could do an egg noodle chicken Alfredo. That's an idea. Anyway, so if you're interested in just like, you know, doing the Transgiving thing, vibing, chit-chatting, maybe doing some fun React content, if we can find something fun to react to, then stick around and hit the like button, and we'll keep things nice and chill today. Don't very often do explicitly chill streams. I feel like we need to do it more often. I'm also trying to figure out, like, what in the holy hell am I supposed to do with my content? Because, like, a lot of it, and I don't know if it's just because I took a break for the most part in October and I wasn't really uploading any content. But, like, honestly, I've been publishing a lot of shorts, and the shorts don't go to the subs feed. I publish the shorts and I don't have them notify my subscribers, and those videos are getting a lot more views right now than, well, I mean, for the most part they are, but like, man, I'm just struggling so much right now to like get the channel going in a direction that is like good. Me want to take indefinite break from all this news. I can never see myself doing what you do as a career. I just can't look away is my problem. That's my curse. Is like I just feel like I have to bear witness, and I'm gonna be looking at it anyway, so I might as well look at it and talk to you guys about it. Although the thing that makes it stressful is that I do have so much going on just in my actual life that it's like, wow, that plus all the news can be quite a lot. But channel just needs time, TBH. I like the recent changes that you've made. Thank you. I appreciate that. What's really fascinating to me is I have been losing subscribers, but I have also been gaining subscribers at almost the same rate. So I'm like, okay, maybe I just need time to find the new audience. Like, since the content has changed so much over the past year or two. But yeah, it's just like, man, I don't know what this algorithm wants. I don't know what it's supposed to be like, cater to your core subscribers, and then we'll push it to the algorithm. And it's like, okay, so I don't know if the content is just getting old or what the deal is. But I know that if I try completely different things, that like that's also not necessarily going to ring with the core audience, and then it never pushes to a new. It's just like, I would love to find a new audience, and it's YouTube has outlined explicitly the ways in which they have made it almost fucking impossible to do that. Yeah, the great replacement theory. Yeah, they're replacing all my subscribers. Also, people drop and pick subs back up all the time because money guys. When I am using the word subscribe, I am a YouTuber. I am not a Twitch streamer. I'm not talking about donations. I'm talking about when you subscribe on YouTube and then it has the option to give you notifications and stuff. And then you have your little subscriptions feed where you can see all the channels that you've subscribed to. I'm just talking about how the fact that, like, YouTube explicitly says now your content, like, needs to work with your audience of subscribers, and then it pushes out. Yeah, no, I'm not talking about site subs. No. Oh, man. The algorithm wants you to cover news and current events until you burn out, obs. But that's the thing, is that it clearly doesn't. The algorithm is not picking up any of the political content that I've been posting lately. Except for, like, okay, like, trans women in sports stuff does okay. Like, it's the kind of shit that actually actually gets out there is it's silly. Okay, happy tea giving, Avi. Yes, you too. Random question: is Kansas in the Midwest or the South? I noticed that you don't really have either accent. Yeah, I mean, we kind of consider ourselves in the Midwest. Like, people who live here describe it as the Midwest, and also I've been to places like Minnesota and Chicago, and culturally they're pretty similar. It's not like if I were to travel to California or New York, it would be very obviously different, you know? Or like even Florida can feel pretty different, and like Arkansas definitely feels different, culturally speaking. So Kansas is like basically the Midwest. It is geographically more what you would describe as the Great Plains. Yeah, exactly, Jihariel. The Anna Kasparian piece did better than expected, too. I guess I just gotta do more, like, react to stupid shit content and not, like, important political content. Don't worry, I actually just did earlier today. Let me tell you, this is how my life is going right now. Earlier today, I went on one of my numerous Google accounts, and I went on YouTube, and I subscribed to Blair White, Ariel Scarcella, Matt Walsh, Michael Knowles. Was there a Michael Knowles channel? I can't remember. Who else? Ben Shapiro, probably. You know, like, I just was like, okay, let's start keeping tabs on these people, and maybe let's react to their content sometimes, so that we'll just experiment a little bit and see how that goes. Because, I mean, we do occasionally do shit like Ariel Scarcella response, but it's been a minute, and I don't actually subscribe to her, so it's kind of incidental. Anytime I actually see that she's said something that I would respond to. Mersh, hello. Yeah, someone needs to mayo side Christy so that she can have dicks. So sad. Okay, drink water. Drink water, my loves. We're here to just shoot the shit today for the most part. So if you're here to chill for that, hit the like button. If you're gonna leave, hit the like button before you go. I'm curious to see, as a channel, okay, this is what I think success looks like for a channel like mine. Is, first of all, like having a decent number of views on the videos, like subscribers growing rather than like this weird thing where I'm like losing some and then gaining some and then losing some and then gaining some. It's maddening. But for the live streams, I would love if our like non-explicitly political live streams were more like, yeah, we're gonna have a decent number of viewers here. Like if the chill live streams could get 70 to 100 people in here, that would be pretty fucking chill. Like, yes, I want more people who are here for just the vibing and the like occasional gaming and yeah, see, yeah, okay, thank you, Jeller. Okay, yeah, so Jeller brings up one of the things that I would love to just be like a regular kind of conversation, as it has been because I keep bringing it up. Bringing out like workout and wellness routines. I'm pausing going to the gym for the latter half of this week because I just don't feel like going anywhere on Thursday and Friday. But yeah, I'm doing my like workout thing. I'm doing intermittent fasting. So greetings from New Jersey. Hello, Zatasha. Zatasha is a very cool name. I gotta say, Zatasha, shout out to Zatasha for having a very, it has good mouthfeel. Get Jordan B. Peterson too. Oh yeah, I should subscribe to JBP. More Lux flexin'. I know. We gotta get more flexin', but it takes donos to make that happen. So, I know, it's so sad. I'm going to the extent that I'm wearing hoodies during streams specifically so that I don't like put my hair up and flex too much by accident. Like, no, gotta gatekeep that. Girl boss gatekeep, gaslight. Thank you for bringing up the mouthfeel. I don't know what the context is, but always the mouthfeel. My partner has requested that I find and mark which streams Lux has played Sea of Thieves on. Oh, is Sea of Thieves desirable? I don't know. Zada, that's cool. Okay. How about horns? I don't actually know where... Oh, wait, no, yeah, I think I know where my horns are. I don't know. Are people going to be incentivized by horns? Would we rather have horns than flexing? Because the horns can be the new dono goal. I would be willing to do that. Yeah, Sea of Thieves is one that I really struggle to play by myself because of the ocean phobia, but it is still a fun time. Man, yeah, that's a good point. I have no idea which streams I've played Sea of Thieves on. It's only been a couple, I think. Man, I don't know. I am gonna start probably uploading, if I ever do random gaming shit, I'll probably just upload it to my old Let's Play channel, but the problem with that, I was like, oh, I was thinking about doing that, and then I was like, wait, does that mean I have to make thumbnails for that content, or can I just upload it and let it auto-generate, and like I'm not really worried about growth on that channel. I'm just like, here's a place to put this stuff if people want to watch it. I enjoy watching you play Little Nightmares too. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing more Little Nightmares later because I've been having a good time with it. I think it's a lot of fun. And we just finished a big chunk in the orphanage place. So who knows what's going to happen next. Big cliffhanger. Like, nice wide cinematic shots of big empty spooky places. When was the first time you started making videos? I mean, I think that I was making videos like... I mean, I've definitely posted videos of my cats from like 10 years ago. But as far as regularly making content, I started doing that kind of in correspondence with when I first started Tea, which was in 2015. You said growth, and I immediately thought of bottom growth. Transgiving energy. Listen. It's been a while since we've had a good bottom surgery convo time. Maybe you should play Sea of Thieves with other people and streamers. Yeah, so actually Gayfesh has started a Discord server for a bunch of gamers, streamers to join and play games with each other. And I think some people in there have Sea of Thieves. So, but that would require more coordination, and it would not be something that's like, ah, yes, I can just play this anytime. I would have to definitely plan for it. I found you from the algorithm serving me the ContraPoints video about the aesthetic, and it seemed to take off from there. That was such a long time ago! And ContraPoints doesn't ever post any content anymore, so it's not like I could react to her anyway. I just started Gris. Probably not a good streaming game, but it's supposed to be very good. Right. Yeah, I don't really have any other games planned, I guess, besides Little Nightmare. And I wasn't planning to jump into that so early in the day. I figured we could shoot the shit and talk for like an hour or two before starting that, you know? Just chill, talk about whatever. Enjoy, have a good time. If y'all haven't heard, and there's only 25 people in here, so I don't know how much, I don't know, I'll probably have to like make a couple of different points to say something throughout, but I caved. I didn't want to participate, but I put a fucking promo code on my merch site for Cyber Monday. Technically, it's for Black Friday too, because it's available from now until Tuesday. So if you mosey over to my merch shop through the link in the description, you can use this code CYBER23 to get 23% off. Wow. I ordered myself a sample hat, finally, and I'm gonna get myself more sample merch, hopefully, but, you know, it obviously, it, like, costs me money to have my merch made and then sent to me, so, like, because that's how that website works. It makes it all as you buy it. So that's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to having a hat. Eventually, I'm gonna also get, like, probably a hoodie and a mug, because those are the kinds of things that I want to have. And as always, let me know if there's anything that you want me to add to the shop, because it's not too troublesome to get some designs together. I cannot be a little nightmare. I cannot be a little nightmare, so I choose to be a big nightmare by getting buff. Yo, like, I have decided this time around in the gym, like, the last time I went in the gym, I was like, okay, I'm gonna take things really, 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 really slow and be super gentle on my body. Like, and I just realized that I don't need to be as careful as I was being, I don't think. And how does someone get monetized with only 25 to 30 watchers? Well, this is a pretty slow stream for me. Usually there's more people in here, first of all. But second of all, I've been grandfathered in for like a really long time. I have more than 1,000 subscribers and like a certain amount of watch time. And I have been in the partner program for like, yeah, like at least 5 years. Longer than that, maybe? I would love to see you and Sunday talk about theory or something. Y'all are like my vibe check people for the whole online left. President Sunday, you mean? New merch is really cool. Thank you. Might need to get it for some Xmas gifts. Yes, indeed. I can put that same design on other merchandise that isn't currently up, and I'm thinking about adding more, like, flag designs at the very minimum, or, like, I was thinking about maybe I should make a shirt that says, like, "It is gang," or something like that. I don't know. Calvin Gareth badmouthed you. Yeah, I love it when people make hate content and it comes back around. But it's like, okay, does that mean that the thing that I need to do is to make content that other people will make hate reaction content to? It, like, the idea, you know, just the idea that, oh yeah, Calvin Guerra responded to you, and that boosted your channel. It's like, yeah, sure, it did. Because some people found me and they were like, yeah, I actually like what this person is saying, and I don't like what Calvin is saying. But yeah, like, do you have to rage bait? Do I have to say objectively absurd things? Do I need to get in fights with people? Like, I don't know. What kind of stuff does President Sunday talk about? I've honestly, several times I've been like really impressed with how based President Sunday is on Twitter, but I don't really watch his show at all. When you get a mug, be sure to tweet out, OMG, I've been mugged, or else I'm gonna have to disown you. I don't want to. I'm definitely getting a beanie. Yes! That was the first bit of merch I decided to get, getting a beanie. It's gonna have the symbol right there on the front. I'm excited, because I have my Unis Honest beanie that I wear all the time, but I don't want to keep wearing out my Unis Honest beanie. So, I will represent my own brand. What's up, Leftist Owl? So yeah, I'm not going as easy on myself at the gym. Curious, do you still use they, them pronouns? I see them on your channel page, but not on the stream screen. I mean, yeah, most of the time I still use they, them pronouns, but I just don't present them as an option online for the most part. I just haven't edited that about page. I know what you're talking about, the channel page. I haven't edited it, but I mean, I'm not gonna like be upset if people use they, them pronouns. I just generally online have switched away from listing them, I guess. I just figure like people are going to use they, them pronouns if they don't want to use it as pronouns, so I'm like, I don't really need to list them, I guess is the logic. Not sure. The algo is some mysterious beast with nonsense whims. That is definitely what it is. It is what it is. President Sunday's current thing is to look at some kind of excruciating drama or politics content until he meets $100 in donations, at which point he'll switch over to reading and discussing a theory essay or something. What's the incentive? Is the dono incentive, like, to make him stop looking at the cringe, excruciating drama? Or is it that people actually are interested in the theory and stuff? Like, that's incredible. What a tactic. One of my teachers once told my parents that I had a disposition similar to a cat. What a compliment. It's both the audience hates the excruciating drama. Like, yeah, do I need to cause active pain in order to get donations? Like, that seems cruel. It seems cruel and unusual. It seems like a lot of people have switched away from they, them in the past few years, at least in my circles. Okay, so here's why I switched away from they, them. Because I also think that, like, this... like, a stereotype has developed around they, them pronouns. And, like, when people are talking about non-binary people, they will even sometimes say, like, they. And it's like, okay, it has become a thing that has a meaning that I didn't sign up for when I started using they, them pronouns. Even when I first started using they, them pronouns, I was more interested in other sets of neopronouns. I just figured that people would be less likely to use them. And so, like, me using they in the first place was a capitulation to practicality, I guess you could say. Do I have siblings? Yes, I do. I have numerous siblings. I have like half siblings. I have brothers from other mothers. I have many in-laws. I have like a huge family, actually. Same hat, so to speak. ZZM has become a lot more attractive to me for the same reason. Right, yeah, it's like, I just feel really alienated from the idea that people have about what being non-binary means, I guess. And I'm just like, no, I don't know. No, no, no. It's definitely culturally people think of it as a third box. And I'm like, no, I'm not in that box. That's not for me. My hand has been killing me today. Anybody else with, like, chronic pain having, like, a flare right now? Leftist Owl says, I am Lux's sibling. It has not claimed me, but I'm here to stay. Sure. I can't stop you. My shoulder is killing me. Okay, so it's not the only... I'm not the only one. I'm having to wear... I'm, like, don't know where my left hand compression glove is, so I'm just wearing my right hand compression glove inside out. Because my left hand hurts. The third box thing. Yeah, no, yes, thank you. Right? Like, I'm not the only person who feels this way. Zada, you're asking way too personal of a question. Like, why are you asking specific details like how old and tall I am? Don't be weird. My shoulder was killing me the other day too. I mean, like, just today and maybe yesterday, my hands are... I guess, yeah, Mersh is the ultimate third box person. I guess, if you want to consider yourself in the third box, I guess. But there's, like, so many different ways to be intersex as well, that it's like, I don't know if you can say that it is a third box, or that there are infinite boxes. Bros out here like Omegle, true. You're welcome, Death Guitarist, for the inside-out glove trick. I lost my right-hand compression glove, but don't need one for my left hand. Yeah, just take the left-hand one and turn it inside out. You're welcome. Yeah, my hand is just killing me today. Oh, boy. Are there any fun things that we should react to? I saw that Mama is going to react tonight to... Demon Mama's going to react tonight to this Vosh debate that I was watching the other day. I didn't watch on stream, but we were kind of talking about it a little bit because I was watching it off stream. Mama Mephistopheles says, I'm 26 and 5'11 and 200 pounds of beef, and all trans people are my kids, and I will beat up anyone who asks too many questions. I thought you meant Mama as in me. No, sorry. Selenophile says, what is Vosh? Oh, that's so funny. Okay, so Vosh is a political streamer who has way more subscribers than I do, and I think it's very funny when someone who has way more subscribers than me is like, I have to explain who they are. You know what I mean? Especially because Vosh and I, like, make similar political content. But yeah. He's just a dude. Internet drama has been surprisingly quiet this week. I bet if I go over to my other account and I look for some, like, Blair White or something, then there's probably something over there. Like, most likely. But I don't know if I want to do, like, an angry react to something, or if I want to just try to enjoy myself a little bit. I've only ever watched anything from Vosh because of you mentioning him. You're welcome, Vosh. I know you need it. I'm 29 and 5'6", currently 242 pounds of fluid gender and solid mass. I need to take the gender fluid flag and put it on one of those, like, water bottles or whatever that I have on my merch store. It's like, that's the gender fluid container. The only stuff I can think of is Sniper Wolf and Colleen Ballinger's return to YouTube. I was thinking about Colleen Ballinger's return to YouTube. Oh, no. What's up with Sniper Wolf, though? I don't know anything about that. Yeah, what's the response generally to Colleen Ballinger? I didn't watch the video. One day ago, she posted chopping off my hair and the pumpkin patch. Is this her apology video / vlog? Oh, Sniper Wolf doxed Jack's films. Okay, I've been hearing about that a little bit. I don't know anything about those people, though. I'm not invested. My gender fluid turned into a gender solid, and now I am a man. High five. We embrace the transitive nature of life. As an intersex person, I consider trans people my cousins and non-binary people my first cousins. I mean, I feel like non-binary people and trans people are the same. It's the only difference is that our target gender is in a different place. We're all fundamentally alienated from our, like, original assigned gender. You know what I mean? Oh my god, Colleen Ballinger. Oh, H3 already posts content. Oh, is that the live stream currently live where they're talking about Colleen Ballinger? Analysis of the apology. Or, so she has a fall vlog from 4 days ago. And chopping off my hair in the pumpkin patch from today. Have you heard about the plans of gamer rules of conduct? No, I have not. I'm not familiar. Oh my gosh. I tried to eat before stream, but because I'm doing... Okay, so I've looked into it a little bit, and it kind of seems like intermittent fasting actually does make a difference for, like, how your body breaks down, like, fat and, like, how it breaks down energy and stuff. Like, so, I mean, you know, if you were to eat up to the moment that you fell asleep and then wake up at you know, 8 hours later, that's like an 8-hour fast, you know? If you just wait, like, 4 hours to eat, or if you were to, like, have a 2-hour break before bed and then maybe wait 2 hours to have breakfast in the morning and extend your fast to 12 hours, like, you start to get into, like, that, like, fat consumption process that your body does. And I guess the sweet spot is right around, like, 16 hours. So, you know, it's not just strictly calories in, calories out. And so I'm just kind of, like, trying to, you know, stop eating earlier a little bit and, like, eat in the afternoon. Basically, like, the afternoon and evening. Because I'm trying to, like, I want to stay about 150 pounds or however much I weigh. Like, 155, I guess. But, like, I don't really want to lose weight. I want to gain muscle and then, like, lose fat and stay right there. It's basically what I want to try to do. The video on coming out on the holidays was wildly spot on. I hate it, but you're right. Oh, I know. If you enjoyed that, you know, share it, because, you know, I made that video explicitly because I was going on... Okay, here's a fun fact. Hit like if you didn't know this. YouTube has, like, a little thing on the back end called research, where it'll show me things that people are searching. Like, what are people on YouTube in general Googling right now that is relevant to your channel? And so I went ahead and talked about how to come out, because I was like, okay, if people are Googling this right now, it's because they're thinking about the holidays. They want to figure out if they can come out during the holidays or right before the holidays, because they don't want to get misgendered. Like, is what I was guessing. And it's just like, I guess nobody's searching it right this moment, or that video is not showing up when people are searching it. It's frustrating. I don't know why, but, you know, I'm glad that it was enjoyed by at least one person. Goldenheart says, from what I've heard, there's a lot of big game producers who are sitting down together to make rules of behavior for all games so that it's, like, the same for every game. What do you mean? Like, in terms of, like, do you mean in the same way that there is a rating system for movies? Like, and, like, and there used to be this agreement that they would only show, like the villain would always get his comeuppance, like there used to be rules, like moral rules for movies. Is this kind of a similar thing to what's happening? Does that mean like you can't kill people in games, or like I don't know what? Nah, that's weird. Thank you, Nikki. Yeah, the Hays Code is what I was thinking of. Good grief. So yeah, if you're a person who's out there who's like, I'm really struggling to like switch my body into like not putting on. Here's my problem that I had for a while is I deliberately was trying to put on weight earlier this year and I succeeded, and then I did not switch out of that, which is why I gained like 15 pounds, you know? Um, it was on purpose to start with, but then like you have to like tell your body like, okay, we're shifting, we're doing something else now, and then you like your stomach gradually gets smaller because you're not eating as much. So now when I'm trying to shovel down like a big dinner, it's just harder to do. I have to wait. After like I get full and then I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna like eat the rest of this later. Oh man. If I ever stop working out, I'm gonna get very fat. I mean, yeah, you have the appetite, and the appetite is good if you're working out and trying to build muscle, you know? But it's like, yeah, when you stop doing stuff, that's the problem. You would think maybe that my job being what it is, that I sit down for a lot of the day, and sometimes I do because I'm like editing the entire time. Like sometimes I'm trying to catch up on editing right now, so I'm just like doing it a lot. Hopefully when I feel more caught up, it won't be something that I'm doing constantly. I will stream and have some videos and like do them, and then I won't have to do it every single day. But yeah, the rest of my time I'm like up doing laundry and dishes and cooking and like just all kinds of other stuff that involves being up and around. And I do cardio and I go to the gym. Like there's just, I kind of do a lot of shit all the time. It's more like don't flame the rules, the video game rules. It's more like don't flame, don't be toxic, no hacking or cheating. But if you get reported and get a kick or ban, that also gets known for all other games. Oh wow. Like if you get a ban in one game, then like one EA game, then all EA games are banned for you. I certainly suppose that would like curb some of those toxic behaviors, I would hope, like creating some serious consequences. But I think that this, you know, obviously is just going to dramatically raise instances of like identity theft or like identity smudging, like people dodging their bans basically. My metabolism is so low that I can't eat very much. True. False reports are going to be much worse. Yeah, like how are you going to corroborate those reports? I think it's pretty hard, but also what else are you going to do against a lot of the toxic communities? I mean, if the case is that they're trying to, you know, figure out some solution to the problem, then I'm glad at least that they're working on the problem. I don't know if that going that hard is the right solution, but I could also, I mean, I understand though, if you're like, this person has broken our terms of service, if they've broken our terms of service on one platform, what's going to stop them from doing it on another? So I could understand from the position of a corporation being like, you know, they were in breach of contract as far as the terms of service and the behavioral expectations. Therefore, like, why wouldn't you just terminate all further contracts with them? Like, you know what I mean? It kind of does make sense. I got banned from Tinder because transphobes reported my account. I would hate for that to have been applied to all other apps as well. Right. You know, in order to have that stringent of a system, they have to be equally stringent in their following up and like in how much they investigate and like looking for context and things like this. But yeah, I mean, it does mean that as trans people or as any minority group, you do need to be probably more careful than you would normally think to be. Excuse me. Just like operating under the assumption that you're more likely to get banned. But yeah, I mean, I guess it remains to be seen. What happens when one game has bigots on the moderation team? That's the thing too. Like, I mean, shoot, I guess. Do you think that they're going to be broken up by game? Or do you think that there's just going to be one big EA moderation team, for example? Or like one big Sony moderation team? That's really interesting. I kind of want to read more about it. I don't even know how I would search this. No, I'm not going to be able to find this using any search terms that I'm going to be able to think of. I don't think so. That's what I'm saying, Golden Heart. Yeah, every single case would need to be seen by a human with no... I mean, like, you could let an algorithm flag the account to your attention, but you would definitely... You know, so at first, it would be really difficult to keep up, I'm sure. But as you start doing, like, IP bans and things like this, you know, it'll get easier. You might increase the market for VPNs inadvertently. Unless there's some kind of Cerebro setup, it's going to come down to the discretion of individual moderators or their supervisors, some of which will likely be terrible. We live in a society, we do. We live in a world where sometimes people are shit human beings. Goodness. I have been watching these videos recently. Like, they cross my Facebook timeline sometimes. I'm gonna
Hi,
mute
beautiful.
him. Shush, shush, girl.
Everybody
girl,
seems
shush,
to...
shush, shush. I want to mute you, okay? Thank you, girl. So I've been watching videos like these, not necessarily this specific one, but like they'll cross my Facebook timeline, and he's like reacting to these bleach jobs gone wrong, or like, ooh, that one turned out really well. I love that color. Ooh, she's doing this crazy, and then it turns out good. Like, if I say pretty please, can we please do Slay the Dragon today? Slay the Dragon gets my streams, like, blocked in other countries because of all of the incidences of copyrighted shit. Like, there's always copyrighted shit in there. And it's, like, hard for me to determine before I watch it. So it's like, I don't want to do Slay the Dragon. I know, it's not your fault. I made that one of the, like, regular things that was supposed to be a regular thing on my show, and then it just, like, bums me out every time. We gotta figure out something that we can do on a regular basis that's fun, that won't get the channel, like, that won't block my streams and make my shit unviewable, and, like, we gotta come up with some more fun ideas. And ideally, like, fun ideas that we could post to the channel afterwards. This is Joe Biden's America. Joe Biden's America sucks. Play Pumpkin Patch. I'm unfamiliar with Pumpkin Patch. My coworkers at the library kept watching those the other day after I dyed my hair. Like, those videos from people, like, reacting. Same guy. Yeah, he's pretty prolific. He's got 8.13 million subscribers. This video from 3 days ago has 500,000 views. See, that's too many. I want to make a deal with the devil, but it's going to be like a pretty low-key deal with the devil, where it's like, I just want about 150,000 subscribers and like an amount of views that is matching that number of subscribers, you know? I don't want 8 million subscribers. That sounds terrible. Love that for him? I know. Pumpkin Patch is a horror game. Is it a short one, or is it one that lasts a while? It's a third-person horror game where you are trapped inside a haunted pumpkin patch looking for a way out. The objective is simple: collect all the golden pumpkins to summon not only a way home, but the pumpkin god himself. Look at what it's done to the Falwell family, true. I'm a devil, just a very low-powered one. For your soul, I can ask like 5 or 6 people to sub. That's not a very good trade. If there's a different, like, succubus that would do it for 20, you know, that's a better deal. And you're just saying I'm asking people to sub, not making them. So it's like, you know, what value am I really getting? You gotta do more evil shit to work your way up the hierarchy of demons. Demons? Yes. I just finished playing Teleform, and it's a fairly short analog horror game. Nice. What's up, Hermione? Whoa, is that your real name? Did you pick that one? That's a good one. What's up from Kodiak, Alaska, and happy Thanksgiving. Ooh, ooh. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thank. We have like vibes of oranginess. That's what we're doing during the fall. Soon we will have vibes of winteriness, but right now we have vibes of fall and Thanksgivingness. This is a little pumpkin. This is a little Thanksgiving guy. I have so much Halloween stuff still over there that I probably should start shifting away from. Is it about like, I guess right about now it's halfway-ish between Yule and Samhain, so I could start switching gears probably after Thanksgiving. Huzzah to chosen names. Yes, Hermione is a good one. When I was a kid and I was reading Harry Potter, I didn't know that the name Hermione was a name, and so I was reading Harry Potter and I thought her name was Hermione. And I said that to my mom and she was like, no. I know I would have to become a televangelist. Having morals is just the worst. It is not a good way to make money. I currently subscribe to the D&D dichotomy between demons, devils, and daemons. Devils are lawful evil and live in hell. Demons are chaotic evil and live in the abyss. And daemons are neutral evil and live in Abaddon. Okay. The way you pronounced it is probably how a New Orleans person would say it. I pronounced it Hermone. Hermone! Look at us. I'm excited for Yule. I don't know if I'm excited for Yule. I'm excited for Thanksgiving. Listen, I have a very big day tomorrow planned. I'm just gonna make like a ridiculously delicious dinner for no fucking reason. And it's gonna be great. And then I will start considering whether or not I'm excited about Yule. In New Orleans, we have so many Greek street names that we say incorrectly by tradition. It's kind of like how all across this great nation, we've got all kinds of places named after Native American places and Mexican places, and we just pronounce them horrendously incorrectly all the time. Like El Dorado, Kansas. El Dorado. Do you think Krampus will take away the transphobe kids this year? Don't take the kids. Take the transphobic parents. Come on, Krampus. Like, you're evil, but there's a justice to it, you know what I mean? Gotta rely. Haha, you will love it. Wow, mama. Wow. Ooh, I want to show off something real quick. Where is it? So I'm in the process of making, technically it's supposed to be a shawl, but I'm using like a really chunky yarn, and so it's gonna end up being, I mean, I'm gonna wear it as a shawl, but it's gonna be like a giant cloak, I hope. I'm making it out of like seven skeins of this yarn. So I'm it's it's got skulls. I don't know if you can see the skulls, but this is one of the things that I've been working on lately. Where am I? Give me my, I want to be able to see it. Yeah. It's got multiple skulls. So it's going to be nice. And it's going to be enormous. One of the cool things about my shop, my store, is that I can post individual items that I've actually made. That's not going to be one of them, but I could hypothetically make stuff and sell it on there, which would be, you know, could be fun. It's like if I'm going to be crocheting anyway, but I'm so busy making decor and shit that I want that it's probably going to be a while before I post anything that I've made on the fourth wall. Although I don't know, I could finally post this guy. I made it originally for that reason, I'm pretty sure, like to try to auction off during stream or something. No worries, Hermione. Yeah, if you want some merch, save up for it. Sounds good. The stuff is not cheap. I recognize that the merch store is kind of expensive, which is why there's a 23% off discount code until Tuesday. But yeah, it's because they don't make shit in China. You know, it's like, it's a bunch of different shops that do their fulfillment, a bunch of different manufacturers, but part of the reason why it's expensive is because it's not like slave labor. Unassumingly Cool Sock. That's an unassumingly cool name. Welcome to the website. I can't believe you're... I know, I can't believe I'm selling merch. I'm selling merch. I don't own merch, to be clear. Which is why it's so absurd for me to be trying to sell merch. Oh, goodness. You guys are bringing up games. Does that mean that we want to switch to a game time? It's kind of early to switch to a game time. It's only 5 o'clock. And I don't know that I have the energy to play Little Nightmares for longer than like an hour. Let me see, actually, what's in Slay the Dragon right now. Just to put in my 2 cents, I love your show just the way it is. If I can't come live, I watch it later. Thank you, Hermione. I don't want to change it fundamentally, but I do want to be willing to try new things. Don't play it because you would get in trouble, but have you heard Adam Sandler's Thanksgiving song? Probably. I don't remember. Is it from 8 Crazy Nights? Because I've seen that movie once, but it was a long time ago. The reason I focus on my looks is because my head is empty. I fucking wish my head was empty sometimes. I'm like, wow, wouldn't the world be so much simpler? The Thanksgiving song is from a skit on SNL. Okay, good to know. Oh, goodness. Pumpkin Patch. Is Pumpkin Patch on Steam? To be honest, everybody, like, I know I'm playing Little Nightmares 2 on stream with you guys. Like, I don't normally play horror games. It's not really my thing. But I happened to really like Little Nightmares, and then the second one went on sale on Halloween, so I was like, well, if we started it on stream, we might as well finish it on stream. But I'm like, yeah, we should definitely do more, like, silly shit that doesn't matter, but that isn't gonna be copywriting on the stream. That's the delicate balance. Oh my god, Mama, I'm not even gonna say that. You can't even make me say that. I'm not gonna repeat your horrendous words. Keep your weird words to yourself, weirdo. I mean, it's like a really, really good pun, but I hate that you said it. Oh, man. I'm so disappointed in you. You have my disapproval. My disapproval is so violently powerful. Okay, I'm taking a little cruise around Slay the Dragon and seeing if there's... Man... What kind of games do you usually like to play? Oh man, what have I been playing lately? Oh no. I hate when people do this. Like, what do I actually play? I mean, yeah, so the question, I think the better question is, instead of asking what do I usually play, the better question is, what other kinds of games would I want to play on the show? That's the question, you know? And the answer to that is I have games from back when I was doing Let's Play content that could work for stream stuff. Like, I have this indie game called Cats Are Liquid, and I played the first, like, 5 levels back in the day, and then I kind of just stopped uploading on that channel. But it's a really cute game, and I could definitely see myself playing it on the show. It would definitely be fun. I love Cats Are Liquid. You seen that one? Yes. It's good. And I'm pretty sure that I have other games on my list that are specifically ones that I got to play on my show. Like, my partner recommended this one game called Shelter 2, and I opened it and started playing it, and I was like, oh, whoa, no, this is immediately something that I see I can only play on stream because it's going to be a live react kind of game, you know? The reason I go for the bimbo effect because my charisma, intelligence, and wisdom are poopy. Ugh. I guess, you know, this is the thing that you need to do in your life, is you need to identify which of your traits are highest and lowest, like an honest accounting of your stats, and then adjust accordingly, you know? I feel like my I've been investing some skill points into charisma. I've been definitely investing some skill points into that. My intelligence is fairly high. I don't know if my wisdom is all that high. Not entirely sure about that. Defense, pretty low. Health is, I'm putting a lot of skill points into health, you know? How do you quantify all the rest of the human skills? That's a fun conversation that could be had in and of itself, I think. Oh no, I've drank all my water. So, 4 new videos in 4 days. Oh, okay, so I guess Colleen has been posting a bunch of videos this week. Yeah, so she has that song video from 4 months ago, and then she has this fall vlog, and then she's been posting daily since then. So she is getting back into her regular vlogging stuff, I guess, is what she's decided to do. Cat Herder is the most ridiculous game. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, y'all. I've never played Cat Herder before. Never heard of that one. This video has 1 million views. Man, that's depressing. I don't really want to contribute to that. I don't really want to contribute to this, to her first video back having 1 million views. She's gonna make so much money. I mean, we watched the other one before, and she made 16 million views on that last one. Talk about a falling off, though. Even though, like, still getting a million views is a million views, but a million views compared to 16 million? 16 million. That's quite a difference. And then her vlog content the last couple days is only getting like 200,000 compared to what it was getting before. Intelligence, yeah, okay, this is the spiel. Intelligence is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is not putting it in a fruit salad. Charisma is convincing someone to eat a fruit salad with tomato in it. Constitution is surviving eating that salad. Strength is what they use to throw that salad at you, and dexterity is dodging the fruit salad and running away. Can you play the guitar? I can play some things on the guitar. I am not proficient at it as an instrument. And I don't really practice it that regularly because I need to change the strings. Oh man, I keep forgetting to change the strings. I'm more into playing piano, and I'm also not doing that as much as I would like to be doing it, though. So people keep asking, though, like, can you play guitar? Like, I guess that having a guitar in the background invites the question, right? The answer is kind of a little bit. Oh, man. It's really curious when... Do you guys ever get, like, logged out of YouTube randomly and you're suddenly looking at a front page and you're like, what is this? Like, what are you showing me? It reminds me of, like, Markiplier occasionally does these videos that are like, where does YouTube send new viewers? And it's just kind of interesting to see, you know, what is popular or what is YouTube trying to push to a kind of audience that doesn't have any curated interests yet. Have you ever played a cigar box guitar? No? No, I've not. There's a neat system called the Kids on Bikes system that assigns different numbered dice from D20 down to D4 to brains, brawn, fight, flight, charm, and grit. Nice. YouTube logged out is horrifying. Oh, it's like, what do you want me to watch? What are you trying to make me watch? There are 3 and 4 string versions. What are the strings? What are the strings tuned to on a cigar box guitar? I just switched from mobile to desktop, and the good news is the website is officially one of the suggested sites when I click on the URL search bar. Nice. You would have to be more than just logged out to judge what they show new viewers because of cookies and stuff. Sure, but it at least gives you a better idea than being logged in to your main account. YouTube logged out is overstimulating. Really? You describe that as overstimulating? Just because there's so much stuff? Okay, apparently... Gaming but make it cozy is a YouTube featured section on this, like, alternate email that I'm using right now. Cozy Gaming Explained. Someone explains the rise and reign of cozy gaming. Man, is this the thing that I should be doing with my time? Like, seriously? Do I need to actually put effort when I upload my gaming content to my second channel? Visually overstimulating. I see. I see. In order to get a proper understanding, you should also consider the perspective of a child. Like, what adult is brand spanking new to YouTube these days? Why do I need to consider the perspective of a child? I know a guy who makes this kind of guitar. This is probably not the kind of instrument that I would be super into, but it's interesting. A collection of cigar box guitars. I mean, I'm familiar with cigar boxes. My partner has some. You could say it's one of the things that he collects at this point. It's probably children who make up the bulk of first-time users. on YouTube. Is that what YouTube is thinking? Is YouTube sat there thinking, oh, for first-time users, we're gonna assume that these are children? I don't think so. I think it's more like we're gonna cater to any adult who might be on this device but who isn't logged in. I just don't think that it would go for children. Cozy gaming. Well, good to know, I guess. Dr. Mike gets pushed a lot. Dr. Mike, Legal a little bit, gets pushed sometimes. And this is the account that I subscribed to fucking Matt Walsh on, so... Like, let's see. I haven't actually watched anything on this account, though, so maybe... It is showing me some stuff that I'm subscribed to, but it doesn't really know what else to do. I think it varies with time of day. I do know that there are way more viewers on YouTube. So I live in Central Time, and so this is what it shows me in my analytics, is from, like, 12 to 5. Middle of the day, middle of the afternoon. That's when, like, the most... the most traffic is on YouTube for my channel, my viewers who are watching my content. We have Kurzgesagt. I've noticed a lot of music getting recommended to me as well. The disturbing trend of leftists and mental illness. Okay, no, okay. I thought that Ariel was just about to say something about dear gender, because it says psychological and I was like, what? Psychological deep dive. Disturbing trend of leftists and mental illness. Haven't done an Ariel response in a while. I'm just kind of perusing. No. I want to see if there's any good stuff. I don't know. We don't ever do any Blair White React content, but I think Blair's name gets more attention than Ariel's name. TBH. What they edited out. The truth about my trans debate train wreck on Jubilee T. I'm making a painting of Mothman with an axolotl right now. Axolotl. She made a video called LGB without the T. Messy divorce incoming. Blair doesn't post nearly as much as I would have expected. It's like, oh, 1 month ago and then 5 days ago. Jubilee, that's a disaster. Yeah, we tried to react to the Jubilee video and YouTube was like, nope, you can't watch it. It was like, we're gonna block the stream. No. Blair White was on Jubilee. Sorry. I was talking about Ariel and then I went over to Blair White's channel. Blair White was on Jubilee quite recently. If Blair White thinks she didn't get more grace than she deserved from Jubilee, then she's straight up delusional. I did not go back and finish watching it because I was like, why would I do that? Like, I'm not trying to watch it for fun. I watched it for stream. Like, I was not trying to get in on listening to Blair White hate on non-binary people for an hour for no fucking reason. She has a 42-minute video from 1 month ago called "No More Lies. This unhinged trans activist bully squad ends now." Boring. Ariel has more interesting content right this second to react to, but only because it's like, what do you mean the disturbing trend of leftists and mental illness? Trans activist bully squad sounds dope as fuck. Oh my god. I'm still tripping over the fact that, like, J.K. Rowling, I was just editing the video earlier today, which is why I'm thinking about it. It's gonna upload tomorrow, but like J.K. Rowling straight up being like, rapist rights activists. Like, okay, interesting. I mean, they were already calling us trans activists as a derogatory thing. TRA, trans rights activists. Um, but they're all about their acronyms, the TERFs. You know what I mean? Like they came up with TERF in the first place. They use GC. Um, like they came up with TIFF and TIM. What is it with them? It's so weird. Tabs coming for you. Is that a whole documentary? I left the non-binary cult. Bisexual exposes queer brainwashing. Wow. Oh, yeah, right. Meanwhile, Moms for Liberty organizer turns out to be a registered sex offender since 2014. I think they're trying to rebrand, too, the TERFs right now. Yeah, like, speaking of God forbid, recall them the one thing that they came up with. Because they called themselves TERFs, and then they switched to gender critical because TERF started to be associated with a negative connotation because, obviously, we were using it negatively. But then, like, GC is also becoming negative because they're negative. So we like any name they call themselves is gonna grow a negative association with it. So they're just gonna have to keep jumping from one label to the next in order to not continuously be associated with like the deranged behavior of their most, like, I can't even say like their most radical members because like the so many TERFs are really radical. Like that is one of the things that represents their movement is how like firmly against trans people they are. No, Tubian. Blair White does not realize that the right wants her dead. I think they might be doing another rebrand. I saw my first GC as a slur the other day. Wonder where they'll go to next. I did see them discussing where they were going to go next, but I don't remember the details of what was discussed. I should have screenshotted or saved the tweets and talked about it. I follow a couple of people on Twitter who are in some of those turfy Facebook groups who like they're watching the crazy shit that they say about their children and things like this. And yeah, they've been sort of talking about it there. I think people without mental illness are more right-wing because they don't know why people should feel sympathy for struggling people. Selenophile, here's the real truth about why there's more mental illness among the left than the right, quote unquote, 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 is because, first of all, plenty of mentally ill experiences, especially delusions, can be written off as religious experiences if you are a right-winger. And also, otherwise, generally speaking, right-wingers are not going to, they're also like just less likely to believe in psychology and psychiatry. So they're less likely to seek treatment. They're more likely to seek religious guidance, or just to ignore what their problems are. So it's not that there's more mental illness among left-wing people. It's that mental illness is acknowledged in left-wing communities. Yeah, exactly. How many people needed mental health care and got an exorcism instead? My brain just naturally dumps a lot of the dumbass shit that transphobes say on Twitter. It's easy to just forget the things that they say. I'd look into it, but those groups are scary AF. Yeah, I don't want to, like... I don't want to have, like... You know, I'm using the same computer on both of these Facebook accounts, like my covert one and my regular one, and therefore it recommends my regular account to some of the TERFs in the group. Like, no, I don't want that. No, 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 no. Hermione, are you saying that you got an exorcism? What are you saying me to? Me too. I really genuinely forget most of the time that Ariel exists, and then I remember it, and I'm like, oh yeah, she is a cash cow, like a lol cow that I can use. Is there Anna... How much time before Anna Kasparian launches her own, like... Not YouTube video necessarily, but like her own grifty network? I guess she can just stay at TYT and just keep dragging the network right with her. I went to confession and got an exorcism. Holy shit. I hope that wasn't wildly traumatic. What's up, Andes? No worries. You're at work. Focus on work, okay? The moment that Cenk ends his presidential campaign, she's gonna start her spin-off rant channel. Like, yeah, is she gonna do a rant channel? Or is she just gonna take more and more of a central role at TYT and pull it further and further to the right? Exercise over exorcisms. True. When you feel the demons in you, when you feel the demons and they're taking over your spirit, you just gotta get out in there and run, or like pump iron for an hour or so. Get them out of there. Get them out of your system. It reminds me of when the right wing jokes that people on the left are uglier. And it's like, yeah, a lot of more attractive people are privileged in other ways and likely to agree with what the right says. I had never really thought about that before. I'm gonna have to mull it over a little bit. Like, why? Is that even true, though? I don't even know that it's true that there are a lot more attractive people on the right than the left. I think that there's uggos on every side. I think the difference... Okay, here's the difference, Blake. When you're pointing out, like, oh, these people on the left are ugly, that's because people on the right who are attractive are the ones who are getting attention, and they are mocking, like, nobodies on the left. When they're calling lefties ugly, they're like attacking regular people. They are people with a platform, and them having a platform does have something to do with how attractive they are. So, like, I think the difference is that, you know, successful leftists who are also likely to be attractive because attractive people are more successful, I don't think that they are going around... First of all, they don't attack people's appearance as much, and they definitely are not so much attacking the appearances of your run-of-the-mill average right-winger, you know? It's like, I mean, one of the things that we joke about on my show sometimes is the fact that a lot of TERFs, like a lot of women who are very transphobic, are really ugly women. Like, it's funny because it reveals some, like, underlying insecurity that might be kind of at the heart of why they hate trans women so much. Like, they feel inadequate as women because they're ugly or because they look mannish. Like, the number of cisgender women who are super transphobic against trans women who themselves look like they could be trans women, like, it's crazy. And like I'm saying, it just reveals that they are insecure about trans women doing it better. You know what I mean? But so I would consider TERFs to be right-wing, even if they think of themselves as otherwise progressive. People on the left are more... Oh, that's another true thing. Yeah, people on the left are more likely to express themselves in ways that the societal norm dislikes. Like piercings. Listen, I, most of the time, on YouTube, I guess, am being recommended to an audience of, like, people who are kind of like us, you know? I've been posting YouTube shorts lately, and those have been breaking out to a more mainstream audience, and I got a comment recently that was like, no one's gonna take you seriously, take those things out of your face. And I have to assume that they were talking about my lip rings. Like, it's so funny to think that something that is so normal to me at this point, like, these are just part of my face, and I got them when I was 16. It's been, like, 13 years since I've had them, almost 14 now. They're just a part of my face, and it's so strange to me that someone would not take me seriously because I have facial piercings, or that, like, that has anything to do with anything. But yeah, like even something that to me feels really small and simple like that is a fairly major transgression of societal norms. And there are right wingers who would call that attribute ugly. They would be like, oh, you're ugly because you have facial piercings. You know what I mean? Whatever happened to Katie Montgomery's turf wars? I'm not sure. I think Katie has been pretty busy lately. I'm probably gonna be on. It's gonna be with her or someone else. I'm gonna be on the Transatlantic Call-In Show next week, not tomorrow, but next Thursday. At like 2 p.m. Central Time. So if that's a thing that you're interested in, I'll be on there next week. And if it's either gonna be Katie or Dr. Ben, and I've never done the show with either of them, so hopefully it'll be fun. She does turf wars on and off for a few months out of the year. Okay, good. They have my glasses at the eye care place, but I can't get them till Monday. RIP! That's fucking annoying. Excuse me. Okay. Oh my god, why is this still open? Okay, good. I like the snake bites. They look good on you. I think they look good on me. But, like, yeah, it's like the kind of stuff that people consider ugly. Oh my god, Mersh says, I got an exorcism as a child. I don't remember anything much regarding it, except for the preacher saying, that child has the devil inside. I was talking to my aunt about my mother's exorcism. She then told me it wasn't your mother, it was you at 5 years old. She then told me other things that I vaguely remembered before and after it. My parents lied to me for years about the exorcism. They told me they had to do it because my mother was too psychic, that she had to have it. And oh yeah, also snake bites are not even that extreme as far as facial piercings and like body mods. I kind of want to get snake bites so I can shoot water out of the holes. Well, you have to wear posts if you want to be able to shoot water out of the holes. And honestly, I don't really know that it's ever going to be a shoot water so much as it's just a dribble water out. But certainly you would have to wear posts instead of hoops because they healed like round, you know what I mean? But that's so weird that like they did an exorcism on you, but then they were like, we don't want the kid to know that we did an exorcism on them. But they know that an exorcism happened in general, so we have to lie and say that it was the mom instead. That's so weird. They think the lip rings are an issue, but they go around wearing huge tacky crosses, acting like they're above everyone. Like, yeah, I'm gonna wear a representation of torture. This is a torture device, and I've decided that I'm going to wear it. I think I'm done with piercings for the time being. Like, there's not like any piercings that I can think of that I am chomping at the bit for. I would really love to get some kind of cartilage piercings, but I don't heal very fast. And I don't really want to be dealing with, you know, a cartilage thing healing for like over a year. I found a ring once with Jesus literally staked to the cross on it. Yeah, I mean, sometimes those cross necklaces, it's not just a cross, but there's like a little guy on there. I need to get an eyebrow piercing someday. Eyebrow piercings don't always last, right? Otherwise, I've considered getting one before as well. I'm from Louisiana, and most people don't know that the fleur-de-lis was used as a slave brand, yet we put it on almost everything. I didn't know that the fleur-de-lis was used as a slave brand. Yeah, it's all over all kinds of shit. Andes is considering snake bites. You know, I've got tattoos that I'm hankering for, but I am not going to be able to do that for a while. My friend's eyebrow piercings both rejected. He has 2 eyebrow piercing scars now. Exactly. I want to get some piercings on the upper part of my ear so I can put cool chains along the arc of my ear. At one point, I thought it would be cool to get, like, all these pierced along here, like, all along here, or to get, like, a triple helix instead of a double helix. But again, it just would take forever to heal, and I don't want to deal with it. Since my mother and father died, I have learned that I was lied to about a lot of things. I think they believed that they were protecting me by withholding information. It's a conservative thing to do, to lie to kids, yeah. There's a lot of lying and denial to keep the peace and maintain the appearance of decency. The exorcism was considered disgraceful. They did it, and then they decided afterwards that it was disgraceful. They're like, oh, we shouldn't have done that. I guess. They realized afterwards. Throw some stuff away real quick. Like, I don't get it. What's the logic? I really want my bridge pierced. I've never thought about getting my bridge pierced. That's an idea. That's an interesting idea. Yeah, but wearing glasses, though. I wanted cartilage piercings until I got my lobes pierced a few years ago and realized that I don't heal well. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got these guys pierced last year, and I did not heal well through the process. Like, it just took fucking forever for them to chill out. Man, it was obnoxious. So I'm trying to avoid instances where I need something to heal well and fast. Don't need any tattoos. Don't need to do any fucking piercings. Yeah, okay, so I'm not the only person. Tattoos seem to heal really well on me, but piercings are a nightmare. Yeah, like, my tattoos always heal fine. Conservative parenting makes a lot more sense if you just replace every one of their thoughts about children with the way they would treat a lawn. They want their lawn to look nice and prim and proper, so they will weed it no matter how much it hurts, and it's their sole decision what the lawn ends up looking like, and they do not care about helping other people's lawn care. That's an interesting allegory, like, interesting metaphor comparison there. I don't know. Yeah, it's like, yeah, they want sole discretion. They'll do all kind of crazy shit to get the undesirable qualities out of it. They don't want other people messing with their like, they don't want other people telling them what to do with their lawn, but they want to tell other people what to do with their lawn. That's pretty funny, actually. I pierced my own ears with a safety pin and an ice cube. I don't recommend doing that. If for no other reason than, like, you do want them to remove some of the tissue while they're in the process. It's not just a puncture. That's part of why the Claire's guns are so bad. Because they, like, puncture through instead of removing some of the material. Come on, guys. Conservative parent groups are just HOAs for children. Come on, girl. It's very silly. Okay, should we react to a little Ariel Scarcella? A little Ariel moment? A little Scarcella momento? Ooh, we're almost to 50 likes. On a chill stream, no less. On a not explicitly political stream. Wow. Wow. But I mostly want to react to something to give my voice a chance to rest. A brief chance to rest. Okay. Let's learn about the disturbing trend of leftists and mental illness. This is a psychological deep dive that Ariel is doing to help us solve our problems. She's trying to help us solve our problems, okay? She's trying to address the liberalism and woke TikToks. More like Ariel Who Cares Sella? True. Let me get this ready, okay? How magnanimous of her, I know, right? So nice. So nice of her. What a wonderful contribution to the discourse.
I collect bones, which is an extremely dog-coded friends that I literally...
Okay, hold on. I just wanted to make sure that the volumes were okay. Okay, girl, what do you got for us this time?
I collect bones, which is an extremely dog-coded friends that I literally have a squirrel buried somewhere that I need to unbury for the bones, and they were like, you're literally a dog.
We often hear from people on the right.
Okay, interesting. So I thought that that was gonna go a totally different direction. They were like, I am really into bones, and I was like, me too. Look at me, I got bones. I got little tiny bones. I like bones, but I like bones because I'm weirdly obsessed with death. And she was saying that she likes bones because she's a puppy, which is a totally different thing. So who know?
That leftism is a mental disorder. Mental illness has been on the rise, and
so I guess you can say, like, no wonder there's a disturbing trend of leftists with mental illness. If leftism itself is a mental illness, you know, that makes it really easy for that Venn diagram to just have a full crossover.
simultaneously, mostly teenagers' ability to function in the real world is in decline. Click subscribe. Welcome to another psychological deep dive. We've known
I think
all
that was a teenager. Ariel, stop posting videos of teenagers without their consent. Challenge 2023 impossible mode.
this for quite a while, right? The lockdowns and fear behind it all certainly made it worse. But I haven't really seen that many people.
Hold on.
Leftism is a mental disorder. Mental illness has been on the rise, and simultaneously, mostly teenagers' ability to function in the real world is in decline. Click subscribe. Welcome to another psychological deep dive. We've known all this for quite a while, right?
I'm also really curious what Ariel's background is in. Like, what background does she have that she's doing a psychological deep dive? Like, I just don't understand where she is. Like, she has an OnlyFans, do you know what I mean? And it's like, girl, get it or whatever, but like, don't act like you're in a position to do a psychological deep dive and like discuss the prevalence of mental illness. It's just so weird that she presents herself in this way, where she's like, yeah, I'm gonna do a psychological deep dive. It's just, I mean, I'm sure that I do similar things, but I would never call it that. And it's the fact that she calls it that, the self-proclaimed expert aspect of it, you know what I mean? What's up, Raymond Bell? Okay, but she said something about COVID and lockdowns.
All this for quite a while, right? The lockdowns and fear behind it all certainly made it worse. But I haven't really seen that many people talking about why it's mainly among leftists that.
So she was saying that the fear associated with, I'm just trying to track what she is exactly saying about COVID. I think that she's doing the right-winger thing and saying that people being afraid of COVID damaged their psychological well-being, because people are saying, oh, these lockdowns and all this, oh, that's what made it so that all of these social dysfunctions started occurring, and all these kids are doing poorly in school, and they can't emotionally grapple with things. And it's like, oh, do you think that it's 2 weeks of lockdowns or like 3 years of repeated reinfections with a BSL-3 pathogen? I don't know. Weird.
We see this shift happening more. Is it because most extreme leftists happen to be women or LGBT people, and they already are the most likely to be open about having mental illnesses in the first place? From a purely...
Yeah, I mean, that is a point that I would make, is that, like, leftist people are more likely to report having mental illness than right-wing people. She just goes so fast, though. Like, so fast.
Nature perspective, mental illness, of course, can be chemically trauma-induced. Body changes are very real and valid. I hate using that word, but it's actually the right word to use here. We see it all the time with new moms in postpartum.
Okay, so I guess she's making the argument that it would make sense if women and LGBT people who happen to be leftist most of the time are also mentally ill a lot, because trauma can cause mental illness. Like, okay, we're all tracking, we're all on board. I don't disagree with that on principle.
Depression. We see it with military members who have PTSD. But what I'm here to focus on today is the nurture side of things. Because as we know, people on the left or the right can both have babies and both go to war. I actually think it is a trifecta of 3 specific things. First one being beliefs. And
Bring
this
it
one's
to
a little
me. Good.
complicated because this one is twofold. It's both what they believe and how much they believe it and cannot see it any other way. One of the major themes, as you guys know, that is being constantly pushed by extreme leftists is the concept of powerlessness.
Years have been terrorized, traumatized, and hated.
You are constantly
Okay, so I don't like this narrative of power. It's like, okay, that's not you can't try to point out that there's like a narrative of powerlessness and then point out like someone talking about injustice being done to their people. Like this is definitely a right-wing talking point. She is it's like it's crazy the difference between right-wingers and left-wingers. It's not just a set of beliefs about like taxes and marriage and things like this. It's like also a bunch of beliefs about individuals and how individuals are supposed to do things. She does look miserable. It's crazy. But like she hold on.
Major themes, as you guys know, that is being constantly pushed by extreme leftists is the concept of powerlessness.
Years.
Like I just the talking about something bad happening to you being the idea that means you have a victim mentality is kind of what I'm picking up here. Is she's basically like treating a black person talking about 400 years of violent oppression on their people that like as an example of the value of powerlessness that leftists appear to hold, I guess. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. Like if you point out a problem and you talk about how horrendously subjugated you are, then you are playing into your status as a victim. You're playing into your powerlessness, as if ignoring the violence against you is going to change the violence against you. I don't know. It's a rugged individualism argument, right? Anyway.
Have been terrorized, traumatized, and hated.
You are constantly told that you are a victim, that you have no control. Everyone is racist, everyone is transphobic.
I mean, we have a very limited amount of control because there's like a whole government like preventing us from having any actual control over anything.
Everyone is sexist, whole idea. I mean, imagine for a second believing that in every essence of your being.
But what really makes me feel unsafe here is the vast amount of American flags.
Imagine that walking down the street.
I mean, listen, I don't know where Ariel lives, but like, okay, I am in an area that is, like I can travel and like there's plenty of progressive places, right? Like there's rural areas that suck ass, there's progressive places. I can be in a relatively progressive place, and if I'm driving down a street and there's like a ton of like houses on that street that are waving American flags out front, like yeah, no, I'm like I shouldn't drive down this street again. Because yeah, the American flag, especially if there's a bunch of them like that, is kind of a symbol of like, okay, these people probably have guns. These people, like, people who are super proud of America tend to lean toward the right wing because our horrendous government is a right-wing government, and it has been, like, my entire life, basically. Like, so it's no wonder that we associate patriotism with extremist behavior and fear, because the kind of people who proclaim like, that they really love America are also the people who are like, and therefore we need to kill all the gays. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, that's just kind of the vibes that you get. Yeah, the thing that she doesn't understand is that leftists are not pivoting from their systemic critiques into, therefore we should lie down and rot. You know, we tend to say, okay, this is how fucked up things are, therefore we need to do something radically different. I always do this. I have a crochet hook in my hand and I'm gesticulating violently. I promise it's just a crochet hook. I'm not doing anything weird. Also, she's gonna cast us as, like, whining about our powerlessness, but if we try to actually do anything, she's gonna suddenly call us the trans activist bully squad. True. Okay. Meh.
and thinking constantly that everybody is out to get you, that everybody hates you.
And we won't ignore what our intelligence agencies have determined to be the most lethal terrorist threat to the homeland today: white supremacy.
Imagine waking up every single
Is she calling into question the findings of, like, the objective fact that white supremacist terrorism is the most prevalent kind of terrorism on American soil? Like, this has been the case since the 90s or something, hasn't it? Like, some of the most prevalent types of terrorism on American soil is, like, against abortion clinics, and increasingly, it's anti-LGBT terrorism. Like, it is overwhelmingly white supremacist terrorism that represents terrorist activity on American soil. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and perform some gender surgeries with this hook. I'll get... This is my orky hook. I'll get in there. Actually, that's a pretty blunt hook. You need one like this. I'll get in there. Bring it. I'll do it. Let me get in there. I'll get 2 of them. Give me the bowls. Give. Anyway.
single day and truly believing that the system rigged against you completely. Imagine media and politicians, for the most part, feeding this belief into you. I've said many a times that this kind of racist propaganda bullcrap did not exist when I was in high school 15 years ago. Look at the difference now. This is just one chart. There are many. Liberalism.
I don't really understand how this is another thing too, is she's going to be talking about queer issues and then racism and, like, not make any clear distinction between when she's talking about one or the other, or, like, connecting her ideas together.
Has been taken over by identity politics. Now, a good question to ask is, are mentally ill people just another minority group that progressive leftists feel that are easy to control? Remember, again, the theme here is powerless.
I guess that's the only reason why marginalized people are leftists is because leftist, like, the nebulous leftist cabal has convinced them that they're powerless and that only the left will help them. Has nothing to do with the fact that the right does not support any policies that materially help them in any way. No, it couldn't possibly be.
Notice how the regressive left always goes for people or minority groups that they feel are easiest to control. Minorities, kids, LGBT.
What do you mean go for? Like, again, it's like, do you mean signal any approval of? Like, I don't, like, where do leftists even have to go? Like, where do freak marginalized leftists even have to go? Or, like, let's just say, where do the freaks have to go besides leftism if the right wing is going to constantly be so antagonistic towards them? If you're going to be like, oh God, you're so delusional, so mentally ill, and, like, treat that like a bad thing, of course mentally ill people are not going to be attracted to your movement. If you go, oh God, these trannies are so disgusting, then, like, of course trans people are going to, by and large, be more attracted to left. Yes, she said regressive left. Of course, this movement is really mean to people for being different. Like, yeah, obviously, like, lesbians are only somewhat normalized at this point. Gay men are still actively reviled by the right. A cisgender lesbian a white cisgender lesbian is the most marginalized person who can still be, like, convincingly part of the right wing, is what I've discovered.
which is another minority, I guess, and the mentally ill.
Wait, what?
Goes for people or minority groups that they feel are easiest to control. Minorities, kids, LGBT, which is another minority, I guess, and the mentally ill.
I just went through the drive-thru and I got a kid's meal and they asked me, is this for a boy or a girl? And I had an existential crisis because I'm non-binary. Of course I want the boy's toy, it's always better, but, like, why does this have to be a gender?
Not being able to function and having an
salient criticism of, again, a person who I assume to be a teenager. Like, the extra work, you realize, like, when I cover Ariel Scarcella, one of the extra things that I end up doing a lot of the time is having to blur the faces of the teenagers who she is reposting the content of from TikTok. Increasingly, cis lesbians are not welcome with the right-wingers either. Okay, maybe they're even going after the lesbians too, but it just seems like they're the least likely to be aggressive towards cis lesbians. They do sometimes be possessive about cis lesbians. They're like, no, we want you for us for breeding purposes.
Identity crisis over a kid's toy.
Oh, and also it's a joke. Also, stop getting so tripped up by jokes, you freak. Like, imagine getting so tripped up by a teenager making a joke about having to choose the boy or girl toy at the fucking McDonald's.
Perfect. The Mr. Burns. Was that Mr. Burns or Smithers? I feel
What
like
a
that's
dumbass.
Mr. Burns. Mr. Burns. Leftist ideology also requires you to believe things that aren't really real. Mentally ill people, of course, are drawn to it because it allows them to live in
Okay, so she's just quoting someone else. At least she's copying to the fact that these are not her original words.
those subjective fantasy realities without criticism or
Like what?
accountability.
Like what?
They embrace it. It uses them. Symbiosis. It is so easy to sway someone one way or the other.
That was a very gnarly cut, and also we are somewhere else now. Why are her videos always like this? She records, like, part of it in one part of her house and part of it in a different part of her house on a different day in a different outfit with a different hairdo. Why are you like this, Ariel? I don't understand you.
These days. I mean, we can't even figure out what the real news is anymore because the media and politicians, I mean, especially the media and politicians, sensationalize everything. Just last week, a Florida teacher was fired.
I mean, yeah, she's figured out that fucking TV networks have to sell ad space to make money, so they have to sensationalize their news. Baby's first media analysis.
For self-identifying with the gender-neutral pronoun mix. I found this on the Ground News app. I use them to get articles from all over the world
this
with
an ad?
context that most mainstream media hide. I'm looking at this particular story. It was covered
that
by
why?
more than 70% left-leaning sources, making this a potential blind spot for people that are on the right or not on the left, which kind of makes sense because the right is not exactly as much about cancel culture as the left is. In contrast to that story, this week Target sparked outrage over woke Christmas ornaments, barely was covered in the media, and out of only 6 articles published on it in the last day, a total of 5, which is more than 80%,
Only 6
are
articles published within the last day.
right-leaning. What's really interesting is when I looked closer at the coverage, most of the coverage says that this major chain humiliated itself or was constantly mocked, while only one source actually tells us what this woke ornament was. Obviously, I adore Ground News and their website and app, which is why I reached out for them to sponsor another video of mine. I really believe in what they're doing. Personally, I follow majority...
I don't really understand the point of this app, or like the point of... I guess it's just looking at bias, like media bias. Like, okay, who is covering this? I guess that'll tell us who's paying attention to what a bit. Okay, anyway, this is an ad. Okay.
a $1 a month, or take advantage of their biggest sale of the year and get 40% off their Advantage subscription. Thank you so much to Ground News. You guys are smart. People on the far left also have a higher crime rate. I mean, it makes sense, right? You're taught that the outside world hates you, that they...
People on the left have a higher crime rate, which she is going to explain for, like, superficial social reasons, like being taught to be antisocial, as opposed to people who, like, have money tend to be in support of, like, fiscally conservative policies. Whereas people who are in poverty tend to support, you know, parties who are going to help them, maybe? I don't know, like, the cause and effect relationship. I at least try to come up with a couple of different potential explanations, and that's probably because I'm not disingenuously trying to create a specific narrative. I would assume. Riley Gaines was crying on Fox News about a black Santa in a wheelchair and a pride nutcracker in a Target. Way too much attention. Like, black Santa in a wheelchair. This is the woke bullshit that the transphobe has to come after now because she's not relevant enough for her transphobia. Wow. I just can't imagine getting upset about something like Black Santa.
They are the oppressor, that you are the victim. You're gonna be angry. Again, this is a reaction to feeling powerless.
So she's saying that crime is caused by anger as opposed to crime is caused by necessity.
tweet by my friend Blair. She said, leftism is a death cult. It fetishes and obsesses over death because of the powerlessness aspect. But let's go back to her tweet. Transition kids or
That's so interesting. Leftism is a death cult. It fetishizes and obsesses over death. I mean, I think about death a lot, but that's just a me problem. But no, like, she says this as though right-wing politics isn't in part, I mean, in large part, defined by its association with the cult of evangelical Christianity and its beliefs associated with the rapture. You know, as though the right-wing government has been overwhelmingly that's the influence, and like the effect of that is that a lot of death is necessary to uphold the systems in our country. And so, like, truly, it's like left-wingers who do things like, we need to make sure that there's enough, like, food for children, and we need to make sure that guns are, like, less available so that death happens less. It's fascinating to me that we can be like, we need there to be fewer guns because people are dying. Like, we want to prevent death. And, like, all of these examples, or, like, at least the first couple that Blair is putting, like, transition kids or they'll die. Like, we are trying to prevent death, trying to prevent an existing amount of death, preventable death. And she's calling that fetishization and obsession. Reduce the amount of guns or people are going to die. That's because people do die a lot from the gun culture in this country. Obey lockdowns or you're killing everyone. Again, you literally are killing people with your asymptomatic spread. You don't even know it. You have no idea that you're doing it. Climate change will kill us all by 1995. Okay, 2004. Wait, 2012. We'll let you know. No, I mean, like, again, like, it's so weird to be accused of being like a death cult when the point is, like, again, it's like if you acknowledge the truth of how things are, they, like, make fun of you for it. This is where being a right-winger is now, is you just pointing out the objective truth of what's happening, that trans kids commit suicide if they don't get access to care, that guns literally kill lots of people all the time, that COVID is killing a lot of people all the time, that climate change is killing a lot of people all the time, and we're going to be facing global water shortages by 2050. Like, that is a problem. Those are all substantial problems, and if you're just objectively acknowledging that, they're gonna call you a weirdo because you want to prevent death. No, in order to not be a death cult, you have to just ignore death and let it happen all the time and support policies that allow more of it to happen. What the fuck? Yeah, the death cult is when you try to stop death, truly. Doctors and firefighters completely obsessed with death, truly. Okay, God, I don't understand.
Die. Give up your guns or people will die. Obey lockdowns or you're killing everybody, especially grandmas. Climate change will kill us all by
Especially
1995.
grandmas.
Okay, again, feeling powerless. This brings us to our second part of the trifold, surrounding.
She's so bad at editing.
Do the majority of these people even have surroundings besides the four walls of their bedroom that they're constantly in, or their dorm room? Existing mainly in an echo chamber, complaining about long shifts that are just regular 8-hour shifts, not being able to...
Okay, oh yeah, so again, like, criticizing people for wanting better material conditions. Like, oh, complaining about your long shifts, normal 8-hour shifts. Like, girl, have you ever done an 8-hour shift at a fast-paced job? It's a lot after 4 hours. You're like, wow, I'm done with this now, actually. But, you know, we're just going to keep ridiculing people for deservedly wanting a better standard of living, by the way. No, how dare you? How dare you want, like, an appropriate work-life balance? This must be why she moves around her house so much. She literally thinks that the room you make content in is your entire world. I mean, I guess she's insinuating that she goes places. Like, that's... Maybe she's recording these in different hotel rooms or something. I don't know.
To cope with being misgendered at the post office.
Have a great day, dead name. Like, Bruh, one of the packages you asked me about literally has my preferred name on it. What is wrong with you? Can you please not be transphobic?
Using being misgendered as an
I feel like that person was just having a rough day, and again, it's really shit for just, like, exploiting people having a bad day and like, venting to it. Like, truly, I'm not gonna say that venting online like that is the smartest thing to do. It's not something that I would do, especially because you're expecting people to, like, read what's on your post. Like, no, that's not gonna happen. Or I don't know. Like, you clearly read the name on at least some of the packages. So that I can see the frustration feeling like, okay, so you read the name on some of my packages, but not all of them. And you've decided to call me by this one name, despite the fact that I'm picking up packages for people with a different name. Like, yeah, I don't know. I can see that being frustrating. But again, like, Ariel Scarcella, stop exploiting random trans people challenge. Impossible mode.
excuse to call out of work.
Two things to know. I'm non-binary. I go by they, them. And I work in a store that is pretty much all women. So whenever they're like addressing us or when they're talking, they're always like, hey ladies. So I've taken it upon myself as someone that is non-binary to use this to not listen. And whenever anyone addresses a group as ladies, I am not included. So when they say, hey ladies, let's like stop talking, or hey ladies, let's like get to work, I will do none of it because you're not talking to me. I will not listen to anything that is said when it is started with, hey, ladies. I'm a theydy, not a lady, a theydy.
Back to being in their own world, their own.
You know, the funny thing about this, as usual to me, like, is that Ariel just inserts random TikToks that she found. Like, she's clearly not watching them and then speaking about them in the content that she's making, is one of the interesting things. She's not like, yes, I just watched this TikTok and now I'm going to react to it. She just kind of shoehorns stuff in. Theydy is kind of funny. Yeah. Theydies and gentle thems is one of the phrases that people use. I mean, but like I'm not going to criticize that non-binary person for that either. Like I have at times been like, yes, I'm just going to tune you out when you stop, like when you're using the wrong name or whatever. Like, yeah, okay. Again, random trans people venting about their day on TikTok. Wow, that's like the most supreme challenge to society right now. Unlike climate change, which is deeply unserious.
Own echo chamber once again. And it makes sense. If you believe that everybody outside of your bubble hates you, why would you surround yourself with them? I did a video last week with an ex-non-binary woman who said when she was in the midst of it all, she literally believed every person that was not trans hated her. She was afraid of anyone that was not trans. That's how...
I mean, that's just that's like paranoia. That's fine. That doesn't have anything to do with leftism. That's just normal paranoia. It's fine.
Indoctrinated she was. And remember, one way abusers manipulate their victims is by isolating them, by keeping them away from the outside world.
So like leftism in general is abusive because it isolates people from others who might be wanting to harm them.
You know you don't have to prove your loyalty all the time. If you grew up in a family where don't air our dirty laundry, right? You're loyal to the family, even past abuse sometimes. I mean, loyal's fine, it's a great quality, but you don't have to be.
We are the only ones who keep you safe.
Again, just she's gonna portray Jeffrey as creepy because she always portrays Jeffrey as creepy instead of like a sweet, wholesome person who doesn't give a shit about what your children are doing. Yeah, you're abusive if you think people shouldn't have to be around abusers. It's classic, like, you need to, be nice to your mom and dad, even if they're abusive to you. Like, how could you do this to them? They're in their sunset years. How could you deprive them of their grandchildren? It doesn't matter how they treated you when you were younger. How could you let your kids grow up without their grandparents? Like, shit like this. Like, literally acting as though your response to the harm and abuse that group with more power over you has done to you. Like, that's the whole thing. It's not like we're teaching people powerlessness. It's that, like, if you had power, people wouldn't be able to inflict these harms on you. If you had power, like, in the dynamic of, like, if you have cisgender parents who kick you out of your house and you're a transgender youth, like, that is a power dynamic. You had no control. You got kicked out. There was nothing you could do. Like, that's the whole fucking thing, is, like, in a system where people can inflict things on you and you can't stop them. Like, that is a powerlessness. And, like, again, the idea is to teach people that you can retaliate, or, like, you should be able to do something, at least to remove yourself from the situation. Like, and removing yourself from the situation, yeah, is that whole, like, you don't have to be loyal to family members who are harming you. Like, it's frankly hilarious to me that she's bitching about powerlessness, and also she is criticizing people claiming their power by refusing to participate. Like, she really is. She's, oh my God, that's an amazing observation. She's complaining about powerlessness, but she just showed a video of Jeffrey saying that you don't need to be loyal to harmful family members, and a video of a trans person claiming their power by refusing to acknowledge that they're being addressed if they're being misgendered when the person is addressing them. Like, that's non-binary people claiming their power. And she's criticizing it. She's saying, no, that's not right. She's like, I don't like your learned powerlessness. And you need to figure out how to be more powerful, but not like that. Not the way that you're doing it. Don't like that. No. Don't want it. No.
We are the only ones who are your friends. If you are in constant fear of going extinct because of climate change, homophobia, racism, sexism, whatever.
I just can't. The minimization of climate change makes me want to fucking blow my brains out. Like, wow.
You are too focused on the outside world and how they perceive you rather than doing the internal work that it truly takes to be a better person. People are distracted from bettering themselves. They are kept stupid and kept out of the know. Surroundings.
Okay, well, but that's for completely different reasons than what she's positing.
Or lack thereof.
So you're going no contact. I'm no contact with my family. All of them. Siblings, parents, extended family, cousins.
But why do I have a very strong feeling that it's all because Jeffrey wasn't being called they, them by family and friends?
Being disrespected, whether it's someone using the wrong name or someone using the wrong pronouns or someone calling you a fat fuck right to your face, like, whatever the level of disrespect is, you do have the right to observe your power in removing those people from your life. That is crazy. Like, you just, like, the idea that you're pathetic for drawing boundaries around yourself if you are a non-binary person. She doesn't think that, she actually doesn't think that non-binary people should assert their boundaries at all. Like, genuinely. It's too pathetic. Like, man. Oh, do you want to see how gorgeous Jeffrey looked right there for a second? Because I didn't show the video. That's how gorgeous Jeffrey looked in that picture. Wow. As she tells the lefties to stop being so fixated. True.
All of them. Siblings, parents, extended family, cousins.
But why do I have a very strong feeling that it's all because Jeffrey wasn't being called they, them by family and friends? Taking away anyone from their friends, their family, their partners, and isolating them is textbook.
Okay, no one's taking anyone away from anyone. Encouraging people to assert their boundaries is not like isolating. She's such a freak. Wow, just what an absolute psychopath. Like, I just, what a weirdo. God, we love her. We love her and her my grandma haircut. Taking away. Also, there it is again, the right-wing belief that your children are your property. Yeah, that you're taking people away from their correct right-wing environment and isolating them and converting them to your leftist propaganda.
Abuse. Which brings us to the third fold in the trifecta, way of life. A big, and I mean a big part of this all is the feeling of not belonging, not being attracted, not being liked or wanted. Call it a lack of family-mindedness, call it a lack of religion, call it a lack of community. It all comes from the same idea. We are
all creepy right-wing concepts. And like, but like the thing is that left-wingers like are forming communities. That's the thing. Like, I don't know. We are systematically excluded from traditional communities because, again, religion is very against trans people and gay people. So yeah, of course, we're alienated from religious communities, and that is one of the like easiest ways to form communities. Trans people are not allowed to participate in sports in a lot of places, so we can't form community around sports hobbies, you know? Like, there's a reason why left-wingers feel so alienated, but in that alienation, we are just constantly seeking to form communities. Like, we here are seeking to form a community, and so many other trans and leftist channels out there are participating in Discord servers and doing phone calls with each other and watching movies together and, you know, engaging in these chats together. Like, just because it's online doesn't mean that it is not aggressively community and, like, socially oriented, because it definitely is.
We're moving further and further away from in-person meetings, from community-driven events. And trust me when I say this, the youth are so desperate for it. Look at TikTok. People are so desperate to belong that they are literally self-diagnosing themselves with mental illnesses like Tourette's, like DID, like...
I mean, we've really hit a place in the video where I'm starting to get actually annoyed. Like, man, yeah, you want to belong, and therefore you're going to self-diagnose yourself with a serious mental illness. Like, she thinks she's an expert, and, like, she knows whether people are self-diagnosed or properly diagnosed, and, like, as though, like, I don't know, man, there's some things that, like, I don't need someone to tell me that I have this thing. I can fucking read. Like, it's a syndrome. It's a collection of symptoms. I can fucking read, and I know which ones apply to me. So sometimes you don't really need, like, a formal diagnosis. Especially if the thing that you have doesn't really have treatment options. Or if you know that the treatment options aren't really available to you for financial reasons or elsewise. Like, man.
Gender dysphoria.
Is gender dysphoria a requirement to being trans? Let's talk about it. There's gender euphoria.
Can we call it a separation from God? Can we call it a separation from our true selves?
I feel like both, like a man and a woman, but I also feel like neither and genderless. Like, I'm both, but I'm neither.
No.
That's how I used to describe my gender. Like both, but also neither. You know, it's not that big of a deal, dude.
Just know, my friend David said, most people who identify in the alphabet spectrum use glitter and rainbows to overcompensate for deep-rooted insecurities, unhappiness, and self-hatred.
I mean, I don't necessarily think that that's wrong. Like, isn't part of the glam of being gay, like, our way of coping with the trauma? Do we not have a deep cultured history of ostensibly cis people doing drag and getting all glittery and glammed up? Like, glam is absolutely the queer community's way of coping with being a reviled and marginalized group. But yeah, separation from God. I don't really think that she's actually religious. I think that she just pays lip service to it because she's a right-winger and she has to. Like, I do kind of think that she is just making shit up in that regard. I don't know that she really believes much of any of this. I do think that she is a callous and, like, violently lacking empathy kind of individual. And I think that that's what has led her to proclaim herself as a right-winger and professing all these beliefs. But I don't know to the extent what she actually believes in any of the nitty-gritty details. So much as, like, it's like you can't be in the middle is the crazy thing. How many people do you know out there who are genuinely like, I am like normal about interpersonal social things. Like, I want people to not starve to death and, like, you know, is a normal person in that way, but then, like, politically supports Republicans. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it just seems like she's on board with the God stuff. She's making fun of mental illness. She's purporting this highly individualistic, like, worldview. She's not anti-gay, but she's very anti-trans. Like, to the extent, unless you are, like, 100% trying to be Blair White, basically. Yeah, I don't know, man. Gonna vogue these bad vibes away. True, drums. Pandering to Christianity, pretty much required in right-wing spaces. Yeah. The absolute obsession with a gender binary. True. Yeah, like, imagine being less obsessed with a system that has been forcibly and coercively inflicted on you.
Bravo. Many are also using these identities as a shield because they have no actual experience diving deep into their insecurities, their unresolved traumas. I remember seeing this tweet last year and I favorited it because I knew that I would use it eventually in a video, and it says, "Transgenderism is a word acting as a social bridge between transsexualism and transhumanism."
Wow, like, just, like, what do you mean? Like, transhumanism is not really meant to be part of it. Like, transhumanism is what happens when you continuously dehumanize trans people over time. Like, we just end up being like, yeah, fuck it, I want to be a demon or a dragon or something. It's an umbrella term with weak borders that allows this bridging quality to transhumanism to nimbly evade scrutiny. And also, like, the implication that transhumanism is a bad thing, again, always bitching.
It's an umbrella term with weak borders that allows this bridging quality to transhumanism to nimbly evade scrutiny. And the article in question is entitled, "The Gay Rights Movement Has Been Hijacked by a Radical Transhumanist Agenda." Peter said,
Based.
"Leftism is an ideology of coping. It is toxic self-help disguised as culture." Completely agree, Peter. And almost all...
Toxic self-help? She's describing... Like, I don't know. It's so dumb. Transhumanism is a totally different thing. They just see the prefix trans and freak out. True. Everything with the prefix trans is actually just trans people infecting the whole world.
If not all, probably all, of this said coping is not healthy. Bonus number 4, which is basically still number 3, just like a little bit different, is lack of purpose, which goes inherently with way of life. John said, lack of purpose. "It is not a coincidence that they're all rabid anti-religion, anti-work, anti-procreation, and nihilists that are just as evangelical for wokeness as the evangelical Christians they hate."
You know, I can't imagine that people who are reviled by most primary religions would be anti-religion. I can't imagine why people who are being forced to work to the point that it breaks their bodies and, like, gives them repeat infections of, like, a brainworms disease would be anti-work. Like, we're not anti-procreation. We can't afford it. Like, I mean, some people are anti-procreation for themselves, but it's mostly because people just can't afford it. Like, if you gave people... Frankly, if people have enough money, they want to have kids. We've seen it happen. Like, this CEO has decided to cut his pay and raise everyone else's pay in the company to $70,000 a year. What are some of the changes you've noticed in the last 5 years? Well, basically everybody's had kids because suddenly they can afford it. You know, amazing. They're just as evangelical for wokeness as the evangelical Christians they hate. That's exactly like what people used to say about atheists. Like, oh, you atheists are just as religious about your atheism as any evangelical Christian. Like, all right. I guess thinking about it, like, more than for 2 seconds is evangelicalism now.
Excellent take. As much of a non-religious person as I am also
okay, so yeah,
very
she is non-religious, but she keeps bringing up God anyway.
Aware of how a new religion has formed because of lack of one to begin with. And I've spoken about this before in videos.
Okay.
I call it the word of woke. An extreme loss of meaning has been happening for years. Extreme leftists are no longer capable of viewing the world objectively. Patriarchy, racism, sexism, transphobia, homophobia, colorism, taking no self-accountability, no reason for growing or finding purpose. It is everybody else's problem, not theirs.
What do you mean? Do you think that people who are talking about these political issues do absolutely nothing in their personal time? Like, I'm wondering if this is how tiny her world is. Is her world so tiny that she just is on Twitter all the time, and therefore she assumes that these leftists who are bitching about their material conditions are not also out there, like going to work and fucking and getting into fights with people and, like, going to yoga and walking their dog. Like, these people have multifaceted lives, and she just wants to reduce our complexity down to keyboard warriors who are butthurt and powerless, like, who reinforce their own victimhood status. And, like, listen, I hate to reify anything that she says. There is, to some extent, and I've seen it before, I've distanced myself from people who happen to be on the left, happen to be very mentally ill, and happen to not seem very interested in any material self-improvement. And, like, sometimes that's just where people are in their process, and they're just kind of wallowing because they feel helpless and the world is terrible, because it is. But, like, characterizing an entire movement of people as as like drowning and they don't think about anything else, instead of like super, super pissed off and experiencing the evidence of their powerlessness. You know, like, what are you supposed to do if your state will not raise the minimum wage, but they require 3 times the rent for you to get an apartment, and you only make like 2 times the rent, like, and therefore in no place in your city can you afford an apartment. In no place in an hour radius can you afford an apartment, because that's just how shitty everything is. Like, yeah, you literally don't have power in that situation. Yeah, it's interesting how what she's referring to as objectivity is just like actually having nothing to do with what's objectively occurring in front of you. Like, acknowledging what's objectively occurring in front of you is the opposite of objectivity, according to Ariel Scarcella.
You can't always control outside factors, and you know, in fact, most of the time you can't. You can only control yourself.
Okay, so she just confirmed that you should feel powerless because most of the time you can't control outside factors. Like, what?
Truly believe that you're suffering and also believe that for some reason you can't do anything about it, that is an extremely defeatist attitude. One that keeps you down. What do you even
What if you can't afford therapy? Like, literally, like, what if you can't afford therapy and so you know that you're mentally ill and you know you have problems and you're like, I can't afford fucking $200 per session for therapy, so I guess I just can't go. Like, the material conditions thing always gets ignored. It's like when Buck Angel bitches about no-nip top surgery, and it's like, bro, why don't you talk to the insurance companies about the fact that they consider the nipple graft a cosmetic part of the procedure and make you pay $3,000 for it?
Fighting for anymore? Why even bother having goals if the system is just rigged anyway? And then because you are so obsessed with being a victim and proving yourself right. Yes, look, I'm right. I am a victim. See what happened to me yesterday on the street? See why I got fired from my job? Your entire outlook on life becomes that. Humans have egos, and our egos love being right. So we keep steering ourselves in the direction to prove ourselves right. But is right good? For us, anyway. People often play the victim card because they truly believe they have or don't have any real inner power. And trust me when I say they use it as a power trip.
It looks like he's having a nice feast.
She, her.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all good.
But it was not all good.
Hi. I use she, her pronouns. I'm not sir. Yeah, like it's like a knife in the heart. I did specifically ask ahead of time not to be called.
I really just, again, I love this girl because she's just willing to assert her boundaries. Like, how often does shit happen to her in public? First of all, girl, stop eating at fucking restaurants. Like, it's gonna make me lose my mind. But like, if you're gonna be doing that, then yeah, like, I don't think it's wrong to correct people on your pronouns. Does she think that if Blair White got called he, him, that she wouldn't correct it and that she wouldn't be correct to do so? Like, again, I just don't understand the problem.
Called sir. Yeah, I'm just gonna go. Okay. The Sweetwater starts at okay.
Sir?
Not.
I'm so sorry. I apologize.
It's just always like a knife. It always hurts every single time.
Notice that this person.
And she's trying to explain herself. She's not being rude. She's not being like angry. Apparently, lady being misgendered, there is a food critic. Oh, okay, so she's trying to do a food critic thing, and she just also happens to be experiencing a trans-related problem at the same time. Like, you know, there is no way to do it correctly. If Ariel, I bet you that Ariel was on the train making fun of that woman who freaked out in the GameStop a few years ago. Like, she was like, "It's ma'am. I'll take you outside and show you a sir," whatever. Like, you know, obviously we're gonna make fun of that lady for having an over the top reaction, but then a woman calmly just says like, "Oh no, I'm not a sir, I'm a she, her," and then she explains, you know, it's just like a knife. You know, she's not trying to be rude or imposing or anything. She's explaining herself, trying to get the empathy function going of like, hey, you know, I know you didn't mean any harm. It does hurt me, so please don't do that. There is no correct way to exist as a trans person. If you're going to be ridiculed for being super, super, super polite about the misgendering, like, or if you're being super petty about it, like the case of the other person earlier who was like, I'm just not going to respond when you say ladies. Like, no matter how you do it, if you're angry, if you're polite, if you're petty, if you tell the other person, or if you handle it privately and bitch on TikTok later, like, no matter which way you do it, it's not the right way to do it. At no point. Like, the only way for you to exist as a trans person is to fully pass as your target gender and shut the fuck up about it and never bring it up if someone misgenders you. Like, you have to be perfect at it, and if you aren't perfect at it, then you just have to understand that people are going to misgender you, and you are not allowed to say anything about it, apparently. Like, I just don't get the logic.
Keeps doing this in restaurants, and because of these people's lines of work, they can't really push back on any of it. The customer's always right kind of thing. I mean, they're already catering
what
to you.
pushback is there if you're just, like, calling someone by the wrong pronouns? Like, there is no reason for you as a restaurant worker to push back on that. She is a normal woman. She is just the normal kind of trans woman who happens to not pass very well. Like, there's no correct way.
Also, most of these people have English as a second language, as most people or many people in restaurants do. Richie made
If you're English second language, you still usually understand the difference between she and he. Like, a lot of languages have gendered pronouns, it turns out. Actually.
Really good point here. Why were they recording is a good question to ask these days. If this happened once to me when I was transitioning, I'd probably want to die and work at making it never happen again, let alone recording it again and again for proof.
Thank you.
So again, I guess Ariel doesn't know this, but this trans lady is a food critic. She's doing this to be a food critic. She was recording because she's a food critic. Maybe you could look into her channel. Is every single one of her videos a misgendering video? Or is it like that she just gets misgendered sometimes in her videos and most of them are like, hi, I'm a food critic, here I am. Let me open the video by talking about this restaurant. Like, imagine doing your due diligence before putting a person on blast.
I'm not, sir. Not, sir. Not, sir. The guy who dropped the food off, he called me sir twice in a row.
Not feeling in control of the world around you, which...
And also, like, I do think that whether the service is, like, listening to you is a part of the restaurant experience. So if you are being a food critic of a restaurant, then the service is part of what you're going to be critiquing. Like, how fast was it? How polite were they? Like, if you tell someone, like, please hold the mushroom, and they bring you a plate with mushroom on it, you're going to be like, I told you not to put mushroom on it, and this is going to negatively impact my review. So if you were to tell someone, I am not a sir, which is all she said, that was the only correction she offered in that instance, was, I'm not sir, and then someone does it again, like, it would be like if they brought the dish out to you a second time and it still had mushrooms on it. Like, I told you that I didn't want mushrooms. Like, it's just part of the experience of being anywhere, is expecting to be listened to some extent, and addressed politely. So, like, again, I don't understand why people just very gently asserting their boundaries is something that she is so upset by. I think she just genuinely considers that woman to be deeply unreasonable for having the temerity to be a she, her in public, who asserts that boundary and also is pretty clocky, because who the fuck can afford facial feminization surgery? Like, goodness gracious. Like, does anybody have a couple $10,000 real quick? I'll take it.
Of course, you can never really be. But simultaneously not feeling at peace with yourself can cause someone to become really nuts, which is why it's very possible that psychoticism is directly linked to authoritarianism. It makes sense.
So we're gonna just make sure to, so that's really funny. She's gonna make sure to reduce it down to your individual responsibility. Like, you're mentally ill because you haven't sorted out your issues internally. Like, you're mentally ill because you don't know who you are, you haven't gotten it sorted. And then she's also gonna make the comparison to authoritarianism. Again, like, any halfway competent political analysis will show you that, like, authoritarianism is a right-wing feature, and it's a feature of, like, fascist and neoliberal governments. Like, wow, what a concept. It actually has nothing to do. So she's trying to say, like, yeah, mental illness associated with authoritarianism, which she's equating with the left, of course.
Hence, because you want to try your best to control something that you cannot control. And this woke mind virus, as coined by Elon Musk, is
Oh, wow.
a mental illness. I mean, maybe leftists aren't more likely to be mentally ill. Maybe the mentally ill are more likely to be extreme leftists. Maybe leftism is, like the right says, a mental illness. Maybe we need better boundaries and actual gatekeeping. Maybe, as Tim said, a mind with clear boundaries is a healthy one. Limitless progressivism therefore leads to an unhealthy mind. Maybe leftists...
Okay, having better mental boundaries is good for you. You need to have more mental discipline. She is such a fucking fascist. Like, wow, it's crazy how insidious it is, just into every level. Thinking outside of the box is, of course it's a problem. Of course it is. That's what the whole fucking thing about right-wingers, and it's the whole thing about being conservative, is like, don't change things. Don't do stuff. Oh my god. Okay, I need to refill my water and take a little voice break for a minute. When I come back, we'll probably switch to game maybe? Switch to game time. Game time. Game time. Oh boy. I think I need to change the framing of my camera again, because I keep wanting to like slouch, but then I'm like barely in frame. I'm like, meh, meh, meh. Gamers. Okay, hold on. Where am I? Oh man. Gay Mars. True, Naomi. Okay. We got at least one segment in today. And then we will do a fun thing. We're gonna do a fun thing. Ariel Scarcella at it again with the white vans. Smegment? No, not a smegment. That's disgusting. I'm gonna disown you, Mama Mephistopheles. I'm disowning you. You're not allowed. True, Jihariel says, get hydrated, y'all, and drop a like if you haven't. Check out the merch store. There's a Black Friday deal. No more smegment. No! You're all fired. I'm kicking you out of the community. You can't be Horties anymore. No. No. You're disowned. I'm going to disown you. Whoa. I saw a video cross the timeline earlier today that was like how to deal with holidays as an estranged or cut off parent. And I was like, wow, that seems like it would be really triggering. But also, I'm kind of curious to watch it. Don't know why I just thought of that. But I think it's like something about Lexi just made someone cry today. Yeah. I have so many crochet projects I'm in the middle of right now. Ignore me. Don't worry about it. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna run and rest my voice for a second and go to the bathroom and shit. And we will chill for a little while longer. I drank V8 with lime and pickle juice to recover from my plasma donation and my rabies shot. I mean, with a name like Ursa, I can see why you needed to get a rabies shot. Anyway. Alright. I'll be back momentarily. You all should get some water for yourselves. Or a little sneaky snack. And get ready to play a game. Okay. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. Oh, no, you guys. Now you gotta scatter. Now you gotta scatter, okay? I'm so pleased that you've done this. That's really amusing to me. Mm-hmm. Now you gotta run. You gotta run away. Oh, that tickles me so much. You guys are silly. You silly beans. Oh, goodness. I need my earbud. Okay, we're back. We're back. We're back. Play Little Nightmares. It's time for games. Why is there so much cat hair in my water? Just why? I don't understand. Okay. I've been in Voosh chat long enough to know what to do when the streamer leave. I know. I mean, I used to think it was funny. Like I used to want that to happen while I was gone. And then for a while I just didn't have any streams where I took a break. And yeah, you can't force it though. It has to happen organically. Oh, Blake, it's a tradition in Vosh's chat that if Vosh gets up to go to the bathroom, everybody posts the wowie dog. And then when Vosh gets back, they all say, like, scatter, and then they post a little running away emoji as though they're not supposed to be posting the dog emoji. Anyway. Chat decided to be a little silly. Ready for more intensive gaming. Oh, you were responding to Hermione's joke. Okay. That makes more sense. I just got my little buddy back, if I remember correctly. We need to change the colors. Something like that. We need spoopy cool colors to match the spoopy cool color vibes. Okay. Yeah, we just jumped out of that place into that dumpster there. So now we're gonna go this way. Creepy. I love how sparkly the stuff that's wet is. That's pretty cute. It's a nice little effect. Oh my god. It's okay, separation anxiety is normal. Uh-huh. Ominous. It's a fairly well-paced game, I'll say. Like, you know, Little Nightmares, the first one, had a similar kind of vibe of, like, it'll be really scary for a little bit, and then you'll have these sort of reprieves where things are just sort of, like, ambiently creepy. I'm trying to see what those signs say. Did that guy get raptured, by the way? Is that what happened? Do I need to be inside that dumpster for some reason? Kind of. I'm inside the dumpster now. Oh. Was this a mistake? Can I not get out of here now? Okay, good. I feel like, do we need to move the dumpster? Can we grab it? Hopping off in 15 minutes or so for a leadership thing. I'm being a big boy and learning how to be a constructive member of society. Well, good for you. I'm proud of you for being a constructive member of society. Crouching. No, crouching does nothing. Can't climb. Can't grab. Can you come here? Hello. Heck yeah, go ahead and construct that society. Let's do it. You're not gonna provide me with any useful tips and hints this time. Okay. But she does keep climbing up there. Like, that is a thing that I need to do. Like, I feel that we need to move the dumpster. Or close it. Or both? Hello. I can grab your hand, right? Yeah. I wanted to see if I could, like, just get on the edge. And then walk? No, I can't walk on the edge. That's the thing about the parts of the game where it gets quiet and creepy, is that I then have to display my puzzle-solving skills, which are not always the best. Okay, wait, there's a thing. Wait, I see that there's a thing. Can you let me out? Okay, I see that there's this thing. Can we pull this? Yeah. Let's pull it. Okay. Does that mean we can climb now? Can I get up there now? No. Or can we push it to the left or right as well? Can you please get up? Okay, we can do that. Okay, good. And then... this how it works? I feel like I'm so close. Or do we go in here? We don't go in here, do we? No. I don't think there's anything over there. Ah, okay. Now we can close it. And then pull it back. Ah, okay. Yes, see, that makes sense. That's a clever little puzzle. Okay, I enjoyed that. That was a good one. Nope, that was a very short jump. Okay, we gotta scooch this over a little bit more. Let's scooch this over just a little bit. Okay, that's better. Try that again. Nope, didn't work. Couldn't jump that far. Does this need to can it go any further? Okay, now it's over as far as we'll go. Why does it seem to not be far enough? Do I need to wait for my little person to show up so that we can do some kind of double jump together? Will you join me, little friend? What do we need to do now? How do I get over there? My jump is not far. How do I jump? Please help me. Like, I'm even taking a sprint, you know? I'm sprinting. It's still not enough. Oh, I got it. Barely. Are you gonna be able to follow me? Okay, she did. Good. Nifty. There's a little paper boat. There's a little paper boat guy. Oh, there's a little child. Yes, I don't think I'm sure that I've missed a lot of those because I haven't been investigating everything. There's some shoes in the trash. Oh, and now we get to go inside someplace again. Yay. That's great. Oh, what's this on the floor? I don't know what that is. Oh, it's a little coat? Your little coat? Oh, is it the little coat from the first game? Oh, cute. Okay. True colors. You never know when you need protection from the elements. Steam achievement. Okay, cool. Nice. Do you have any of your psychic powers? That would be convenient. Oh, I hate everything. Oh no. I'm immediately defensive and upset. Okay, where am I going? Oh, okay. I feel better being outside than inside, because never in this game is there anything going on outside. Like, there's never, like, a chase scene outdoors in this game. Okay, can I climb this? Okay, again with the dumpster. Okay, I'm on the roof now. And I am gonna jump down onto this pile of stuff. Okay, that seems relatively safe. I did it. Cool. Okay, now you're gonna lead me to where I need to go. Nice, well done. She's more assertive now that she has her, raincoat. Cloth and ink. Oh goody, now there's like a... Is there gonna be a hospital scene now? Is this one a hospital? Hmm. No, I don't like it. No, I don't like it. Schooled. Oh, it's a school. No. No, more little kids. Okay, what is this? It's a bottle. Okay, neat. This is very gross already. Is there a person in there? Is there a person sitting at a desk in there? Hmm. Okay, can we just push through these doors? Good stuff. Oh. Okay. Vast chasm with beds. Okay. No trouble showing me the way now. Up, please, thank you. Yes, indeed, celebrity guest. It is spooky. Why? Like, where? Also, how big is this building? Like, I have so many questions. Okay. There's a button. Okay. I took the light bulb out. Or it's a fuse? It's a fuse. And I need to do something with it, but I won't be able to see. I should move stuff out of the way so that I don't run into stuff. Okay. And where do I take it? It goes over here somewhere. It goes in here to open a door or something. Neat. Okay. Oh, I like how it glows. That's nice. trying my best not to make any noise, even though I haven't seen anybody yet. Seems better. Oh, we did it. Yay. Okay. Is it the wrong thing to do? Did we die? That was the wrong thing to do. We died. Okay. That was not the right thing to do. Can I run with this? Yes, I can. I was like, how about if I just kill us real quick? Hold on. Hold on. You're such a silly guy. Interesting. Yeah, it's like, why can we not tag? Is it because Never Sorry is using, some kind of alt code or something? Fascinating. I think they immediately deleted their own account or something. Maybe. Like, who fucking cares? Anyway. They keep coming back, is the thing. Is like, they keep coming back. Anyway, okay. We're doing a puzzle now. Oh, we have to go over here and pull this open, maybe? Okay, let's get in here before the thing falls. We did it. That should be a checkpoint. Man, I just get flashbacks to the last game where, like, you'd be going through vents like this and then something would try to grab you. I have a torch. Use E for flashlight. Okay. Creepy. Okay, we got an eyeball. Okay. What's up, Justina? Hello! Glad to have more non-binary people in here. We're just vibing right now. We've already done a lot of conversation and reaction and stuff this stream, so... we're gonna spend, like, at least an hour, probably, playing a little creepy game. Okay. There's some scissors on the floor. I'm gonna see something I don't want to see soon. I can tell by all of the stains on the floor. There's a wheelchair. I don't like this. Okay, I can't go that way. We love how the music shifted a little bit. Okay, let's put this away now. Can I do something to this machine? Yeah. I got a sody. Got a can of sody pop. I wonder if I'm gonna need that. Probably gonna throw it at something. Yeah, I need to throw it at the button. Look at me, so smart. Look. This is an elevator, I think. But a non-broken... Whoa. Something is different here. Someone is snoring. There's a television. Okay. I have to go to the television. Interesting. Oh yeah, I have to like do something here and I'm not quite sure what it is. It wants me to do. Like, I can't figure out what it wants from me in this part. It definitely wants something. Like I'm trying to straighten out the hallway, I think. Okay, that whatever it was that I did didn't work. The graphics, though, it's definitely a cute game. I feel like I'm supposed to be lining up the hallway or something. I don't know what worked last time. I'm pressing the directional buttons and it's like making this TV do different stuff. Okay, again, it was not that. Okay, I guess I know, yeah, I want it to... Okay, yes. Am I just supposed to do it 3 times? We're underwater again. Are we in the ship? Running real slow. And now I'm out of the TV again. Okay. I'm sure we'll understand what that means later. Probably. Okay. Now we're in a little house. Or, again, is it a school? Is it a hospital? Seems like a hospital. What's over here? Is this an elevator? Okay, I don't think it operates. At least not right now. Oh, did it? No, I do have my water. Hold on. Mmm. Delicious. Okay. Yeah. Okay, there's a key inside a teddy bear. That's what I just learned. Oh, cute. I can take a little x-ray of the buddy. And of me. Wow. Cute. Just get a little bit of exposure to radiation, no worries. Is this the teddy bear? I need to figure out how to cut it open. Why do you have a dog? Why? Why do you have that? Do you want to do something with your dog? This is a bunny. It's a one-eared bunny, I think. Missing an ear. Oh, I can climb this. Okay. What's this? Those are some blocks. What is this? This is like... something heavy. What? Equip? Oh, it's a hat. Oh, okay. It's a new hat. Cute. Oh, here's one of these guys from the first game. Don't really want to make him make a lot of noise right now. I think it was a specific... Do you just like that guy? What are you doing? Do you want me to x-ray you with him? Oh, we have to x-ray... Oh, that one has an axe head in it. That's weird. How did you know that? Can I have it? Can you break it? How do we break it? Okay, so I guess I'm gonna figure out if one of these guys has something cool inside of it. Moving as fast as I can on my tiny little legs. Okay, there's him. There's this guy. I don't know if there's gonna be anything in there. Oops. X-ray. Okay, the ducky does have something in there. I don't know what it is, but can I throw it? Okay, well, it didn't do anything. Can I smash it somehow? What the fuck? Oh, okay. Do we only use this in this area, and so you put that thing down and it started making a horrendous noise? That was the creepiest shit. Where did it go? Where did you put it down at? Where did the guy with the axe head go? Dude? I don't know where she put it. Is that it? I guess that's it. Okay, good. Okay. That doesn't do anything. I need to, like, smash it or cut it open. I wanted to see if there's anything inside these guys either. Like maybe the axe handle? I might be wasting time too. Definitely could be wasting time. But it's so rare that you get like just a weird little interactive moment in these games. Come on, get unstuck. Thank you. Like, look at these guys. A weird little Five Nights at Freddy's collection. Okay, this one has something in it. Oh, a key. This one has a key in it. How do we get it out of there? Oh my god, my belly. Okay, so we have an axe head, some kind of blob in this one, and a key. There were some, like, legs over here. Do I need a leg or a hook? Hook. Do I need this? Can I get this? I want to grab it. Nope. we'll come back to that in a minute. We need some fuses. That's the room we have to unlock with the key. What is this? Is that a fuse or is it a can? What is this? Just a bottle. Okay. This is the elevator. Doesn't do anything. Oh, because the elevator's not on. Okay. This needs a fuse also. Okay. Well, it's definitely creepy. Okay, we need to grab this. She keeps putting it down, which means we can't use it over here. How do we break these? Or, like, use magnetism on them? Like an X-ray machine has magnets, right? Okay, well, I know about this part. I know that there's stuff inside. I don't know how to get to the stuff. Don't know what you want from me. Okay, you're not helping. Oh, this guy's broken. He doesn't make any noise. I'm thinking about walking out at work. I mean, be careful that you have a job lined up or whatever. Like, you end up fucking yourself over or whatever. Yeah, I wanted to look at it. What's in there? Oh, is that a key too? How do you get to that? Want to see how do we get it. They're hiding all kinds of stuff inside of these. Okay, I can use this to get on top of stuff. And I can ostensibly move it around. Can I move this chair? Yes, I can move this chair. Finished cutting for today. Got around 350 round drill press cuts at 0.25 per piece and 200 square pieces at 50 cents per piece. And did it in about 4 hours, or at about 0.5 per piece. Why did I say 50 cents? So my hourly today was, oh yeah, you are saying that. 45 an hour, roughly. Hell yeah. We'll have dono money on Sunday. Thank you. Listen, don't worry about it if you're hard pressed. We appreciate you. Okay. Like, I get that there's stuff inside. Is there some clue on the wall in here that is telling me? We have more eyeballs. I want to, like, crush something. Can I, like, squeeze it? I want to squeeze it. Give? Will you give? I feel like I need more pay for the shit that happens here. Listen, I completely agree that everybody deserves more money. You deserve more money. Your mom deserves more money. Like, there's just so many people who need more muns. Can I climb up here? Not really. I just don't know what to do at this point, so I'm kind of just you know, doing some stuff. And she's not helping me, so... There was more blocks up here. Blocks, 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 blocks. This game kind of gives me Legend of Kain Blood Omen vibes. Oh. That's not the first one, is it? Is it the first Legend of Kain? Okay, it's like I know part of what I'm supposed to do right now. It was, Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver was the one that I was the most familiar with, and I think that's the second one. But I don't know if Blood Omen was... Like, if it was, before or after. Okay, I see that there's a thing. What do I do to get inside of it? I need a knife? Like, that's what I mainly need, is a knife. Or a hammer. That one is just gonna do that. As usual, there's always just something kinda obvious. Okay. Do I just need to take some stuff upstairs? Oh, downstairs. This goes downstairs. Interesting. And you're bringing him with us. Okay, that's a morgue. Places for dead people to go. That closes that. That burns stuff? It burns stuff. Okay, wait, there's an incinerator. Can you put that in there, my dear? Will you put this in here? Excuse me. Oh, there's a hand. She won't follow me? Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna have to put something in there when she won't understand me otherwise. Well, at least we figured out what to do. I know what to do next. Okay, I want... which one had the axe head in it? Was it this one? I think it was this one. Wunderbar. Oh my goodness. Get to... Is incinerate the right word? Throw it in there. Put it in there. Go in there. There we go. Yes. Oh, Raymond Bell, you got muted. Okay, hold on, I'm gonna go in there. Oh, there's a bunch of ashes. So am I not gonna be able to easily find what I'm looking for? Or did I burn up everything? There was like a metal key inside, I thought. Interesting. Oh, cremate might make sense in a different context. Yeah, it is a, it's a cremation incinerator. There's a specific word for that, I'm sure. Okay. Okay, will you grab this, please? Grab. Grab. You, grab. He's so floppy. Can I stuff him in there? Am I gonna be able to? Oh, wait. No, hold on. Oops. I can hear the key inside of it. There we go. Shoved it in there. Gross. God, that's adorable. I literally, as I say, that's gross. Okay. What horrors shall we find? There's the key. Yes! I got it. It wouldn't let me have the axe head. Dang. Okay, well at least we got the key now. Now we can go upstairs to the room where I need to unlock it. Oh, I meant the way that it's flopping around. Just its face. I was looking at its face. And it was like, wow, that's a gnarly little face you got there. Oh, I guess I was in a school before. I got the achievement for finishing the school part. It was not an orphanage. Okay, there's some legs and some arms. Some human body parts. Okay, and a bunch of shoes. Yep, the shoes. Oh, they're mannequin parts, maybe, and not actual human parts? Okay. The shoes imagery in these two games, Little Nightmares 1 and 2, always reminds me of those pictures of, like, the piles of shoes from the Holocaust. Okay, can I go in there? Is that a place I can go in? No, I don't think I can open that door. Yeah, we love legs and arms. Just kind of loosey-goosey. And hook hands, you know. Wow. Is there something further down the hallway, maybe? Okay, one of these little guys. Gonna pick him up real quick. The little pitter-patter of their feet. I need to throw something at that to break it. Can I pick any of these up? Can I pick up this shoe? Can I pick up this shoe? There we go. Nope. I need something heavier than the shoe. How morbid are you? Are you keep a burial shroud hung on your wall morbid? A burial shroud. Do you not usually burn a burial shroud? Or... like, you know, I could see myself keeping a burial shroud, potentially. Depending on whom it was that I buried. to break this. Will you please let me break it? Or maybe I need, like, something more like a club-shaped. Will you let me grab this if it's, like, club-shaped? Okay, I want to pick up something that I can hit something with. Oh man, it smells really good in here right now, you guys. Like, I'm making chili in the slow cooker, and it's getting to that point where it's like, it would be just about ready. And it's real yummy, y'all. Please let me in here. Okay, it won't let me push it open, but it clearly is, like, cracked, so I should be able to break it. There's another door over here. That one... Oh, you can boost me in there. There's no window. Okay. Was there like a growling? Like a purring, growling sound? That was uncomfy. Whoa! Oh no. Oh god, no. Oh no. I hated that. Is it gonna get me? What? I hate that. Shoes also feature prominently in many elf and fairy stories. These little figures remind me of duendes from folklore. Oh my god, why? Oh man, why? Oh man. I hated that so much. And there's still music. Oh no. Oh god. Please don't try to get me. What is up with all these? Oh, dude, this has got to be the worst for people who have that weird mannequin fear. Oh god, please no. Okay. He's gonna skitter scatter around. I don't have any way to defend myself at the moment. He's looking at me. I feel like I need to run past him. Do you wonder whether the writer of this game had nightmares like this? Yeah. It's clearly, like, born of some kind of actual thing happening in someone's brain. Yeah, thing, right? Yay. Can you run? Good. I can run. But he's gonna be able to continue following me, so... Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I just don't know where I'm supposed to go next, so... I don't know how he's gonna kill me, but he's definitely gonna try. Climb. Good. Oh no! Where's my little buddy gone? Why can I not crawl into there? I really don't like it when the game is stupid. Okay. Ah, run, 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 run. No! Okay, can you jump, please? Holy shit, dude. The controls just, like, sometimes do not be controlling. Okay, does it expect me to just run back this way? Okay, run. Climb up. Good, good. Okay. Now. Run. Climb up. Thank you. We did it. Okay. Run. Climb up. Okay. And then he's gonna start following me. And I'm going to crouch into here. Okay, well that doesn't work either. Okay, that's not where I'm supposed to go. Okay, I have to stop. Like, I can only play for like an hour. And then I'm like, oh no, I'm tired now. Oh boy. Okay. That was good. That was a good time. We enjoyed, okay? It was definitely nice. Oh gosh. Okay. Do we have any last minute nonsense to go over? Oh my god, I forgot that we were talking about Ariel Scarcella earlier. I just completely got so into the game that I forgot what we were doing earlier. See, anything casually going on Twitter lately? Excuse me, Turfs is trending on my Twitter. Could you swing on the hooks from the ceiling? Oh, probably. Yeah, if I need to turn around and go back to the left, that's not a bad idea. I didn't even see the hooks in the ceiling as an option for something for me to jump on. Anyhoozle, what is Blackout Wednesday trending on Twitter? Is this Blackout Wednesday 2023? Buzzed driving is prevalent over Thanksgiving due in part to cultural phenomena such as Blackout Wednesday, known as Drinksgiving, which highlights and even encourages the heavy consumption of alcohol and drugs throughout this holiday weekend. You know, that just reminded me that I did say at some point previously that, like, I was taking a break from drinking alcohol and that I was going to drink on maybe around Thanksgiving, and that's tomorrow, and you can't buy liquor on Thanksgiving. So maybe I'm gonna have to do that tonight. Thanksgiving Eve is the biggest bar night. Why? Like, je ne comprends pas. Like, I don't understand. Why? Why would that be the case? Did you also know that Thanksgiving Day is, like, the day where there's, like, the most emergency plumbing calls on that one day? Like, there's no other day of the year that has more incidences of emergency plumbing calls than Thanksgiving. That explains why there was a heavy police presence on the road today. Oh, yeah? Right. Everyone's on vacation. I mean, that kind of makes sense. If everybody's, I guess a lot of people have the Wednesday of, like, the day before off work. So I guess they might as well be, like, drinking. College kids going home as well. That makes sense. I could see it. Ooh, we're at 66 likes. Are we gonna make it to 69 today? Perhaps? Maybe. So, yeah, it's gonna be a delicious Thanksgiving. I'm excited about the chili that I'm gonna have for dinner tonight. I'm sure, I feel like we're getting relatively, I don't know, are we getting close to the end of Little Nightmares? Has the tension reached a point yet where I could say, yeah, this feels like we're getting close to the end? I don't think it is. Still feels very much like a middle of the game type of moment. We'll see, though. I heard a theory recently, and I don't know if anyone will agree with this theory, but does it seem to anyone like there's a lot of construction that starts right around this time of year? And it's like, is this actually the best time of year to do construction, or is it because they're trying to slow down traffic to reduce accidents? I'm not sure how I feel about that theory, but it was something I read recently. It was posited to me. I'm having snow crab legs for dinner. Yo, I have been craving crab. I don't even know why. I don't even know if it's crab that I crave or if it's just butter. You know what I mean? But, oh man. I just feel like I cannot justify buying crab. Food's expensive already, y'all. Like, food is terribly, terribly expensive already. It was cheaper than shrimp here. Well, I don't really try to buy shrimp either. Not sure if that's the case around here. I feel like the construction was worse about a month or two ago. Celebrity guest, keep in mind, like, just notice, does it seem like between now and Christmas, there's more construction. Buttery crab or crabby butter, true. Oh, man. My hair is starting to grow back in because I'm pulling it out less. I keep, like, running my fingers through my hair and I'm pulling it out inadvertently, and it's definitely started to thin out, and my hair is starting to grow back a little bit, so I'm trying my best not to fuck with it constantly. And also, it probably doesn't help to have it up in my, like, hair tie all day. Krusty Krab butter is the butter for you and me. No, it's the butter for you, okay? I never watched SpongeBob. No Krusty Krab butter for me. I don't want it. You can keep it and suck my dick while you're at it. No, I'm just kidding. It's unnecessarily aggressive. There are more accidents in the sunnier part of the year because people already know to be more careful in snowy weather, so it can't be to avoid accidents. Is it really? Well, okay. Well, that's interesting. Are there actually more accidents during the sunny time of year? I mean, I could see it being the case that, yeah, people are more careless and therefore there's more accidents. But I always feel like people don't know how to drive in the snow, or like they seem to forget every year. And also there's so much traffic during the holiday season. Not so much that it's like, it's just like, of all the traffic happening over the course of the entire summer break, for example, where folks are, visiting their grandparents or going on vacation, like all of that traffic that normally happens over the course of 3 months is happening in the course of like a week when you're doing these big holiday seasons, maybe the course of 2 weeks or so. But yeah, I'm curious what the statistics are like. And, if it is the case that there is a social engineering practice to have construction in the winter to reduce car accidents, if that's effective, then the data will be skewed because it will have already been making a difference to the data. You don't have any idea. You can't know as a layperson. Ice is the worst, truly. I'm not excited about the winter this time. Like, I just don't want to go anywhere if it's icy. I don't necessarily mind it being cold. If anything, I kind of want to build up my tolerance to cold, or like be able to be out in it and like continue doing cardio and things like this during the cold time. But if it's icy, I don't want to drive. If it's snowy, I mean, I need better snow gear. I don't want to be out in the snow. It's cold and it's wet. I don't like it. I am a little bit whiny when it comes to the snow. But, I come to appreciate now that I'm an overheater, so I like the coolerness, I think. My skin doesn't like the sensation of being cold, but my inner organs like the sensation of being hot even less. So we make our trade-offs. We make our little trade-offs. A little here, a little there. Good grief. It's like, should I put in my notes that I did Ariel Scarcella? Should I post the Ariel Scarcella video? We'll see how it does. Near. Okay, we had an Ariel Scarcella segment today. There we go. Driving when it's just starting to snow and they haven't salted the roads. Excuse me, I almost hit a pole in front of a church last year. Yikes. I was in like a spin out, hit a telephone pole kind of accident once, and it sucked ass. It was not fun. Don't aim to repeat that. But I also don't really plan to be driving a rear-wheel drive vehicle on unsalted, icy roads. Like, I'm not really planning to repeat the circumstances of that either. Oh my god. With my low metabolism, my body temperature is like 96 and can go as low as 94 F. That's normal for me. Feel cold easily. Oh no. I feel cold on my skin very easily, but yeah, my inner organs are like, I'm hot. Please don't put clothes on. Like, I'm actually wearing a decent amount of layers right now. I'm actually wearing 2 pairs of sweatpants at the moment. It's cozy, okay? The coziest. The Marvelization of Cinema was a video that was just recommended to me. Oh my god, okay. Oh man, I wonder if this is about paint again. I saw, just seeing this Ariel Scarcella video that's a title about wanting 1 boob, and I'm like, I actually know someone who wants 1 boob. But I think this is not paint. This is someone else who wants only 1 boob. Fascinating. People used to think that the thermometers were broken when they checked temperatures every morning at work for COVID, and then they figured out it was just me. Yeah, it's just me. Like, listen, I'm just a corpse. Don't worry about it. I'm just a little corpsey. My temperature is fine. Don't worry about it. Drinking more V8 lime pickle drink because I'm addicted. V8 lime pickle. That doesn't sound good. That does not sound very yummy. I like pickle drink. I'll drink pickle juice. But I don't think that the lime part sounds yummy. Just, no. Not really. Well, y'all, the smell of the chili is calling me. We've had a nice chill stream tonight. It's been a good moment. I always appreciate having the opportunity to take a bit of a break from all the constant politics and stuff. I'm definitely, like, need to take a break from Twitter, so I'm kind of switching to maybe we'll find some stuff on YouTube to react to more often because, like, you know, in the past I've used Twitter to find what are people talking about, what's the news going on, and lately that has just inadvertently led to me seeing lots of images from Palestine that I just kind of want to unsee. And that's, I feel like, saying a lot for me because I'm like, I have a pretty good constitution for dealing with, like, gore, you know? And I'm like, oh, no, it's becoming a problem for me, so I gotta take a break. We're gonna switch to doing other stuff now. Like, anything that involves not being on Twitter, we're gonna switch to that. Cool. So yeah, I'm gonna go enjoy my chili. You all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. For those of you who celebrate, you know, I'm finding my own traditions and, like, I'm doing my own thing, celebrating in my own way. And I encourage those of you who are similarly alienated from your families to, you know, do that same stuff. Indeed. Forge your own traditions. And we'll see you on Sunday. Assuming all goes well. I'm planning to see you Sunday. Yay. Okay.